Hugo, what's going on, bro? I'm just about to tweet this out real fast. I say real fast. Watch it take me like 3 minutes. Oh, while you're here, do I sound all right? Does everything sound cool? Just have to do it from my computer. Turn the music down on the game a bit. All right. Like I was thinking it was a little loud too. Like these horns on this One Piece game just be super loud. Oh yeah, they do need to be down there. They super loud. How's that? Is that any better? Charlie Kings, what's up, bro? How are you doing today? It's funny because, like I said, I knew this is, I knew tweeting this out was gonna take me a minute. Like I just knew it was. Like it's something so simple. It's got to be difficult. What was that? Great. Are you gonna play this game? Yeah, yeah. I didn't know what game I wanted to play because I like when I be streaming, I do like to have something to do almost like other than talk, but I don't like to have like a game that's really difficult because I've been playing Ghosts of Tsushima and like I'm playing that and I'm not good at it. So like I can't talk and play that at the same time. Like it's like my brain like I'll do terrible. So I'm probably gonna play Pirate Warriors. This game is fun though. Let me see. See like even right now, just like tweeting a sentence and like trying to respond. I'm already like my brain just does not multitask good. Mona Vermillion, what's up, bro? What's the game Ghost of Tsushima about? Oh my gosh, you haven't heard about it? So like it's for the PlayStation 4. Like it's a PlayStation exclusive, and it's about this. Like I'm not going to spoil you or anything, but it's like the Mongols are attacking this island of Tsushima off of the coast of Japan. Like it takes way back. It takes place way back in like the samurai time period, and like you're the samurai named Jin. Him and his uncle and like a army of samurais try to fight off the invasion, but like they obviously lose, and then the like Mongol general captures your uncle. So like being a samurai, or like well, not even being a samurai, but just you want to save your uncle from being captured. So like, but like he can't do that the traditional honorable samurai way. So he has to like kind of start to sneak, backstab people, do like dishonorable things to kind of like get to his uncle. So it's almost like him breaking his samurai code to save his uncle, more or less, is what the game is like about. And you go from there. It's like open world. It's really good. Combat's hype. Open world is like amazing. It's good. If you got PlayStation, I would definitely get it. I don't have game console, so no PlayStation. I live in Mexico, by the way. Oh, dang, you're in Mexico? What's the time difference? Are you like an hour back, an hour or two back? Or I want to say it's Central Time or Mountain Time. I'm not really good with time zones all like that, for real, for real. I know it's one of those. Chat, I'm not even. I'm gonna just call you Chat because that name, I don't know what you was doing with that one. A 7:43 there. Okay, so it's only an hour back. That's Central Time. So I mean, that's not too bad. All right, that took way longer than it needed to. Like that took so much longer than it needed to. But all right, yes, ET. All right, cool. All right, so I'm assuming you guys are all caught up on the latest chapter of Black Clover. I'm assuming. Is Black Clover mid? Charlie Kings are have you seen Black Clover, bro? It's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's mid. I think I at least I think it's really good. I feel like most people here would probably say it's pretty good. And not even any bias just from being like a Black Clover channel. Oh, you're anime only? Dang. Tough. Tough, tough. I won't say any spoilery stuff then. At least for now. I definitely will talk about it later. I could talk about the filler in the anime right now and how good that is. It kind of just depends. Charlie, I also appreciate you too for supporting me though. I do appreciate that. Dang. All right. Dang. It's like I said I won't talk about the filler, but like I probably am really gonna talk about the manga spoilers. I'm sorry, Paige. I'm gonna have to do like I'm gonna have to do like a freaking a like a like anime only stream at some point. You said you were hoping so much that Gordon did the Marileona training with high monozone stuff. I was hoping that they would have had him actually do something like there, like because they always like kind of like don't really do much with like Gordon's character, which is unfortunate because Gordon's like he's like a funny character. I will say though he is my least favorite Black Bull. I think like I'm pretty sure he's my least favorite Black Bull. Oh, you getting ready to go? But you gonna lurk in me on good stuff, Kerm. I appreciate you. The way Tabata loves One Piece is shown in this chapter. Well, what do you mean by that? There's something that was One Piece like that I missed. Oh, you a diehard Black Clover? Oh, okay, you're just trolling me. I thought you was really asking if it was mid. The stakes being heightened, and then the villain forcing the main group to grow, while also building on the entire world lore in the last couple of chapters, in the last couple of battles, very One Piece. Oh, that's very fair. I'd say, yeah, that's definitely more like where later One Piece was, like right before the time skip happened. Cause like before the time skip of One Piece, it was one of them ones where like Luffy kind of just like I mean, he stomped everybody in the East Blue. Like it was like no issues. Like, he ain't even running across no problems until Crocodile, and then after Crocodile, he ain't have any problems until like Rob Lucci. So Gordon is gonna shine this saga. He has ties to Majecula. I really hope he does. Like I said, Gordon just doesn't do anything ever. But then again, at the same time, like I understand why they leave him out of stuff. Like, cause if you think about it, like he wasn't in the underwater sea temple arc, but if he was, like, I couldn't imagine if he was actually there, cause like Veto would have got poisoned, and like it would have just been like a no diff, or not like a no diff, but like the fight would have been significantly easier had Veto got poisoned. Oh, RTL, what's up, bro? What's going on? How are you doing today? You watched the Stampede movie and you almost became a One Piece fan after that? I don't know how you didn't become a One Piece fan after that. The Stampede movie was hype. Like, like it isn't my. I don't know if it's my favorite One Piece movie. The other like One Piece has some pretty good movies. Well, at least the newer ones are like probably like as soon as like probably like from like Strong World up. I want to say that's like movie 9 or 10. But like those ones are really good. Not much editing stuff. Oh, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Doing some editing. I was working on some video. Well, I was working on a video earlier today. I would tell you what it is, but I can't say it because I want it to be a secret. Oh, Street, what's going on, bro? How you doing today? Street, actually, it's late over there, isn't it? Like, it's like way into the AM. I know you should be asleep for sure. The whole movie was amazing. I did start liking One Piece after that, but I'm not a fan. I don't like trying to keep up with it. Like, see, the thing with One Piece is like I wouldn't even try to like necessarily keep up. Like, well, I guess it just depends on what you mean by like keep up with it. Cause like I mean like if you just watch it like super casually, it's not even all that bad. Like if you just like enjoy it normally. Like I don't know. Like I recently started a rewatch of the anime, like of the One Piece anime. Like I probably started like maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, and I'm not even that far. Like I'm on like episode like 230 maybe. So I'm really not even all that far. I've just been enjoying it at just like a calm, average pace. Don't let people try to make you read it faster or watch it faster than you want to. I know, when is Black Clover gonna get a movie? It feels overdue, honestly. Like it feels like they should have been had one. It really does. Street is 4 a.m. You need to go to sleep. You need to go to sleep for sure. It's way too late. Like it is way too late. Talking about it's 11 a.m. or 4 a.m. Like that's like crazy late. What else? Hey, you're good, bro. By the way, let me hear your thoughts about the Magic Problem and stuff we talked about before. The Magic, oh, like just the group Magic Parliament. Like, I guess I'm kind of confused as to what exactly you mean. Like, just my thoughts on there being like a Black Clover centered group. I guess. Like, is that what you mean? So Darius, what's going on? RT, Asta Claps. Who is Josuke, bro? You lucky I don't got mines, bro. Man, you lucky I'm playing the game, or I would ban you myself. Like, I would ban you myself. Yeah, I will stay. I can see guys like Josuke capping with Asta clapping. Bro, I don't know why he keeps saying that. Like, I really don't. It don't make no sense. If any of you weren't there, Josuke was saying that that the Berserk Asta can beat Xenon in a fight. And I'm just like, there's no way. There's literally no way. Noel claps luck too. Get odd right. So there's you right. Josuke coming in hot today for no reason. He's just trying to trigger me. He's just trying to trigger me for no reason. I really don't think Noel beats Luck, honestly. That's like an interesting thing, though. It makes me think about a question that I wanted to ask y'all for a long time. Who do y'all think the third strongest Black Bull is? Cause like it's obvious that like Yami and Asta are number one, but like who do you guys think like the number three person is? Cause cause I feel like it's pretty much split up between like Noel, Charmy, and Luck potentially. So like I'm just curious as to who you guys think it might be. I think Jack is trolling the street, to be honest with you. There's no way he can seriously like believe that. You think it's Charmy RTL? I don't know, like, cause Charmy seems like she is really strong, but I just feel like to me personally, I think it's a Luck. Like I think Luck wins a lot of fights, or not like literally a lot of fights, but I feel like, especially like with how Luck is now, with like runes and whatnot, like he's extremely powerful. You got Charmy or Noel. I don't know, like Charmy is strong, but I really do think Luck and and Noel like might have surpassed her. I think they might have surpassed her, in my opinion. Yeah, Street, I definitely agree with you. Charmy washed Elf real. If you think about it, like if you put like what is it? If you put the post time skip Luck, he would wash Elf real too. For real, Elf Luck would probably wash Elf real. Have you watched God of High School right now? Or have I watched God of High School? I have not. I watched Tower of God and I really didn't like it. Like I did not care for Tower of God at all. So like I'm just real iffy about trying another of the webtoons. Like everybody say it's hype, but I haven't really seen any clips from it or anything. So like I'm just iffy on it, to be honest with you. I want to check it out because one of my IRL friends keeps telling me about it. We gonna act like one of the Guardians didn't call Charmy a monster. I mean, he did, but like honestly, his magic type was probably just a really bad matchup for Charmy, to be honest. And all those Guardians were kind of mid, to be honest with you. Like they all just got no diff to buy the Dark Disciples. Lost to lose all of his body part to the AMD. See, I don't know. Like I feel like he should lose more of his body to the anti to the AMD. I'm not about to say anti magic double every time. To the AMD, just 'cause like it would make sense. Like it would add more of like a risk to it. Cause right now his black form doesn't even do anything to him. It's just like a free power up. You know what I mean? So I kind of think he will. Elf real wasn't apostle. I mean, he was, but like so. Dave can wash Elf real. Who is Dave? David? Date. David. David's not washing Elf real. It's funny too, cause like I got a video coming up where I'm talking about David, and I really don't like David all like that. I feel like people hype him up so much. Like I feel like he's one of the most like overhyped like characters. I swear he is. The apostles were the strongest elves. Like I feel you on that one. I really do. The apostles are the strongest elves, but like I think it's like a matchup thing in my personal opinion. Like I feel like Real doesn't do good against like close combat fighters. Like to where like he might have had more magical power and more like mana than Real. I mean than Elf Luck. But like just because of how the fight would go, he would win. Just like how all the elves were losing to the Clover Kingdom knights. It's just like how the matchup went. Uh, I'm starting to miss the chat. Hold on. Need more of David. I I agree. If we had more of David, I would like that a lot, just because we'd actually get to see like what he can do. But like as of right now, I'm not the biggest David or yeah, the biggest fan of David, to be honest with you. What else you saying? Still, we talked about Luck. It took 2 years for Gaja to learn two magic. Luck learned it in 6 months. If you know steps to the heart, he learns it in one day. No cap. Yeah, because like, cause you know was able to pick up on Mana Skin like incredibly fast. Like he picked up on Mana Skin really, really quickly. Like he was the first one, honestly. Like yeah, he was the very first one. Like out of the group that was there to get there, he even still reached the top of that mountain before Asta, which is impressive. Cause Black Asta is really fast. Uh, I low key want to see Asta take Yami Katana and grind. It's gonna happen. I keep saying it's gonna happen. It's definitely going. It's going to happen. Like for sure, for sure. It's going into the grimoire. Cause like if you think about it, Yami still has his own sheath. So like it basically has to go in there. Let me see. Also got a high school is OP. Is it? What else am I missing? Yeah, I'm way behind on chat. Elf Finral versus Radius? Who is Elf Finral? What character is that? Drawing me. Luck kind of just did true magic. I agree. He did kind of just use it. It was like very weird. Like it was one of them ones where like how it happened, it made it seem like he didn't know particularly how to use it. What else we got? What you really living? Are you talking to me or somebody in the chat? Didn't the Dark Disciples survive? That's why Spirit Guardians lose. Only Leo's teacher didn't seem to hit the sniper, but they were both fighting. I don't know, cause like it's one of those things where like they kind of made it seem like they kept coming back to life, but at the same time, it's like everybody seemed extremely shocked when they came back to life. So it makes me feel like they would have had to have known that they weren't like dying. At least that's how I take it. The apostles are not the strongest elves; they're just the elves chosen by Seraph. Yeah, that makes sense too. Grimoireless Patri was an apostle. That's another point. What is this? Noelle has plot armor, so she will get more development, but Luck was introduced, in your opinion, as the third in the monster trio. I could see that, cause like it just seems like Luck is a better fighter. Like obviously Noelle has more power than like obviously Noah has more mana and actual power than Luck, but it just seems like if those two were to fight, it would be in Luck's favor. Not to mention Luck has like the magical advantage on her anyway. So that's another thing, like in his favor over her. Charmy has runes just like Luck, bro. She watched the disciple without a scratch. I mean, she did, but to be fair, her disciple seemed kind of weak though at the same time. Like she just had hair magic, and all it did was really just bind you. Like it didn't really do anything all like that. Like I feel like if Luck were to fight the same person Charmy fought, he would have won a no diff also, or without really taking a scratch all like that. And that's how I feel about that. It would be so predictable if possible is to lose the body to the AMD. That's why I want to see it be unpredictable. I mean, would it be predictable though? Because it's like everybody expects him to be okay. You know what I mean? Like everybody just expects this to work out. In my opinion, that's why I think it would work out if he did like have to sacrifice more of himself. Uh, and Quan, you're live doing the live stream. Oh yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things where like I miss doing more consistent live streams. Like obviously I'm on Josuke's every third or most Thursdays I'm on there. Like I'm not gonna act like I just have perfect attendance, but for the most part I'm usually on there. But like I would like to have one of my own, but I'm just not for sure about like what day is good. Like if y'all like Wednesday, I could try to maybe do like a once a week on Wednesday or like a once every other week. Actually, the once every other week might not be a bad idea, to be honest with you. Like, if you guys are alright with that, I would do it. What game is this? This is a One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. It's like one of them, like Dynasty Warrior type games. Like, I enjoy these kind of games just because, like, you can kind of just, like, turn your brain off and just fight, like, thousands of people. Like, I mean, everybody doesn't like Warriors games, but I enjoy them. I finally made it to the end of the chat. Finally caught up. Is an electric is an electric attribute really an advantage? Noelle shoots her magic out, so it wouldn't carry like. See, like my thing is, if you recall, when Luck had first turned into when he first turned into an elf and went to attack, Noelle. She made like her sea dragon's nest, and like his lightning blast just went straight through it. So it's like I don't know if she can like even block his attacks effectively, just because that attack went straight through it. Isn't Luck immune to electricity? I mean, I'm not assuming he's immune to his own electricity. I think if somebody else shoots electricity at him, it'll probably hurt. That's what I think. But I mean, for the most part, everybody's immune to their own attribute. Like, unless your magic goes out of control. Like with Tiata, Lumiere's sister, or with Noelle. When she, like, lost control of her magic, was about to drown herself. I turned off my brain. That's why I think Luck is so strong. No, that's not it. Luck really is actually just that strong. Like, I'm just saying, if Charmy and Luck fight, granted, it is kind of a bad matchup for Charmy just because Luck doesn't shoot a lot of things all like that. But, I don't know. I just feel like Luck is a better fighter. I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I got a bit of bias. We need not a lot of Charlotte in this arc. I know. I'm really shocked we haven't seen her yet. I especially want to see what she's gonna say now that Yami's like captured. Like I'm so curious to know like how she feels about that, cause I know she's gonna like go crazy. Like Xenon made literally enemies of like everybody he doesn't want to be like made enemies of like everybody in the Clover Kingdom. Like you got Yuno after him, Asta, freaking Charlotte, like, and not even just Asta though, the whole set of the Black Bulls for real, for real. Do you think it was just because Noelle was so much weaker than Elf Luck it went straight through rather than the attribute? That could be true, honestly. Because there is a big gap in mana there, to be honest. So I mean that actually could be very true. But like I don't know, it just it probably a lot of it would de- would depend on where exactly you put Noelle's mana amount. Because there are some people who argue that like she has more mana than like some of those elves, just because like how she seemed to overpower Veto in the Underwater Sea Temple arc. And then there are some people that say she had more mana than Fauna in the in the Shadow Palace, which I personally disagree with, just because of like the map that Mimosa had that a lot of people are going off of is kind of like you can't really tell which like dot is Noelle versus which dot is Fauna. That's like why I don't necessarily think so, but this art is definitely going to give Charlotte feats, and let me see. She is seen as kind of weak because she rarely fights. I'll see more of her magic. Honestly, like the thing with Charlotte is like she doesn't have like crazy impressive magic, but I think her magic type is just so versatile. Like out of like the like plant magic types, cause like plant is one of the ones that we just see all of the time. Like for a magic type, like we see so many plant mages, but I feel like hers is like the most uh the most like varied, because she has like her sword, like she could just shoot like the little spikes or briar spears or whatever. Like even when she was using it against Yami, it can like it has a whole like other factor to it where it can like affect your senses. I actually got a video about Briar Magic that I'm probably gonna put out tomorrow. It just depends on it. Like I should be able to get it done because like I started it today, like started editing it and stuff today. So it's the video about Briar Magic should be out tomorrow. Actually, that's like the next one for the magical attribute index for real. Um, Charmy no diff both an apostle and a 50 plus dark disciple. I think you're just being biased for real. Maybe you being biased for a Charmy. You ever think of that? You ever think of that? Maybe you're being biased for a Charmy. That's always a possibility. I think Jack the Ripper is gonna also get some development. His adaptive blades, there's more into it. I mean, like I know what you mean, saying like there's more into it, but at the same time, I feel like that might just be all there is to it. Like he just has blades that adapt. It might just be no more to it than just that. I think Tabata did not want Charmy to fight Dante because she's too strong. No, the real reason Tabata didn't want Charmy to fight Dante is we all know what it is. It's because Charmy is based off of Tabata's wife. So like he can't just have like the character based off of Tabata's wife just get beat up. That would just look crazy. And he's already said this, so she knows that it's based off of her. Like imagine having a wife and telling her, "Yeah, I based a character off you," and then having that character get clapped. That no, that's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. It is not gonna work. I would not want to be. I would not want to come home to that. The guidebook says that Noelle has mana reserved like Julius. Like the guidebook didn't directly say she had a mana reserve like Julius. It said that she has it was like comparable, like it could be comparable to Julius or ACR. So like it's not like it just flat out was confirmed or anything. Like there was still like he left it kind of ambiguous on purpose. If you think about it, it wouldn't make sense for her to have a reserve like Julius, because when that statement was like made, like that was back when like she would do like a couple Sea Dragon's roars and be out of mana. Like we've seen Noelle be out of mana or low on mana, so that's why I don't really think that one is like all that true. Let me see. If grimoires were brought into Arwa, do you think people would have techno magic the ability to control technology and anything? Definitely. Definitely, I definitely think that people would. I need some help. I'm like dying. Uh, read my comment about Xenon. Let me see. I'll scroll back up for it. I feel like Josuke, of all people, should be supporting the stream. Yeah, Josuke does support the stream. I mean, he doesn't really need to do much else. Let me see. If Xenon Double Magic isn't shock waves or sound, like actually sound vibration magic, he probably second most powerful. Side note, we already saw his double power. Oh, so you like wanted it to be shock waves or sounds? Is that what you like mean by that? I think I want to say it was Rax who was saying this, or I could be wrong. It could have been somebody else. But if he actually has like what was it? I think they called it void magic. I think that just sounds cool. Like it sounds like it would just have a lot of like stuff to it. So if he actually has that, that would be pretty hype. Uh, I don't think Charmy's cook is going to do anything against Dante. He can warp space and gravity magic. Charmy's getting away. Oh yeah, for sure. Like that's another thing. Like Charmy literally can't do anything to Dante. Like it's a terrible matchup on Charmy's part. I'm just gonna go back over here and die. I already know I am. Yep, literally just walk in and die. Josuke people cause me swear, bro. Josuke starts saying some craziness, and then people start going with it like Xenon beating Asta. That don't even make no sense. Let me see. Shockwave magic would be OP. It would like any type of like shockwave or magic or like a force type magic that would be hype. Xenon has dimension magic. Oh yeah, RTL like he was just talking about like if it was something else. Noelle used to mainly run out of mana because all she has are high level spells and horrible mana control. Eh, that's true, but it's like is Sea Dragon Roar really like I'm like of course Sea Dragon's Roar is a high level spell, but like when she used it against Veto, like did she literally pour all of her mana into it? Like was that like a all or nothing attack? Cause I feel like if you shot Veto with a spell that had more mana than Julius in it, he would have been like obliterated. Mm. Tempest, you think he canceled Fenrir's facial magic? Or do you think he just smacked Rouge back? I did not mean to hit redo. I meant to hit. I want to be somebody else. Aokiji was not doing it for me. What's good, Quan, with the live stream? Nothing much. We just out here chilling. We just out here chilling. That's it. Real chill stream. Nothing crazy. Like, I think you're a Mimosa fan over Noel, but how would you feel about Asta and Noel having a serious moment considering their goals are to rescue Yami slash Laura? I wouldn't be mad at that. I really wouldn't. Like one of the main reasons I'm like a big like that I'm like for the Asta and Mimosa over the Noel and Asta is because of Bleach. It's all because of Bleach, bro. Like, cause in Bleach I really thought it was gonna be Ichigo and Rukia, and it wasn't. It was Ichigo and Orihime. So this seems like it literally seems like the Bleach shipping all over again. So I'm not even. I already know. I already know what it's gonna be. Uh, do you think Dante is increasing the gravitational force, or he just creates gravity? Because if Xenon has void magic and Dante just increases the gravitational force, Dante is useless against him. I kind of think that he just creates his own gravity because, like, oh, I don't know. Actually, him generating a gravitational force would be like pretty interesting. Like that is like a really interesting concept. Like he just takes the already pre-existing gravity and just makes it stronger. I don't know. I think I stand with him creating his own just because with most magic it seems like people just create their own. The exception, I mean, like, but then people can control like magic that's just in the area, like how Gaja controlled like the lightning, or when Noelle was like controlling the water to make those water typhoons in that one episode, not all that long ago. Like I want to say 2 weeks ago in that filler episode. Mm. He canceled it and Rouge was cut in half. Oh, okay. Cause like to me it looked like he just like pushed Rouge back. Like I was like, oh, he just like smacked the whole cat. That's what it looked like to me. But I'm probably wrong then. Oh gosh, I need my health to get that high. What? This thing is in my way. What else? We're getting so behind. Quan, by the way, I did not hear what you said about the magic problem and stuff. Oh, I asked you like, what exactly did you mean by what did you want to hear from the from me about the magic problem and stuff? Like, what exactly did you want me to, like did you mean like how do I feel about it in general, or like what do I think about it? I just didn't know what you meant by how I felt about it. 'Cause I mean I think it's a cool thing, but I didn't know like did you want me to go more in depth about it? What's tonight's topic? I was just talking about the future of Black. Well, the topic was supposed to be the future of Black Clover, but that's kind of not really it. Like we kind of just started talking about a bunch of other stuff for real, for real. Imagine having YouTube magic attribute and your weakness is copyright. I swear that's how it is right now. Like I'd be so scared of anything copyright. I promise you. I swear all of us are, to be honest. Like dimensional magic would make sense, even though that does not come with the ability to transport. Probably a demon version of spatial magic. I wouldn't be surprised since that is his devil's magic. Because so far it seems like for what the the Dark Triad's devils, like it seems like their magic is just like off of the charts. I want to say. You'll drop B. Wait, Josuke, what would make you drop BC? Ichigo and Ruki, it made no sense with Renji there. What do you mean? It made so much sense. Like, it made so much sense. They had so many moments. Like, they had so many moments. It's gonna be Asta ex Sister Lily. Sister Lily has like 10 years on Asta. Be so strange. Like by the time he's of age, he's gonna be like, she's gonna be like in her 30s. It's gonna be so old. You see, if you could fuse any two anime characters into one character, who would it be? Huh? Fuse any two anime characters? I don't know. That's like a weird question. I don't. I guess the fusion doesn't really have to make sense. It could just be like whatever I wanted. And then it has to be anime characters. I don't know. I would have to almost get back to you on that one. I feel like lots of characters. I feel like all the characters I like are like good on their own. What else do we have? Is Charlotte about to help save her, man? Yeah, I mean, she better. Like, I already know. Like, I really think that like take like Charlotte and Jack. I think Charlotte and Jack are gonna be like how you remember how Marileona and Nozel were when Fuegoleon got injured. I think it's gonna be just like that. like how they were just like bent all on like saving him, or not really saving him, but like redeeming him, I guess. Dimension magic makes life interesting. Yeah. How many characters use bone magic in anime? I can only think of two. Yeah, I can only think of freaking Kimimaru from Naruto and Xenon. But I already said I'm not a big fan of all that bone magic stuff. That stuff's so strange to me. I don't like bones and all that body stuff. That stuff is just so weird to me. I'm not a fan of bones. Ugh. Oh, Julius Sinbad, that would be interesting. But my only thing with Julius and Sinbad is that Sinbad's like a villain. Or not really a villain, but like, I don't know, Sinbad's like sketchy. I guess Julius is kind of sketchy whenever I think about it. Like, I don't necessarily know about a fusion, but like, oh wait, I'm getting an idea. If I could get like what was her name? Or not her. If I could get Alibaba from Magi just in BC in general, I think that would be hype. His like, cause the whole like the gen equip thing in Magi is fire to me. That is such a fire like mini power system that they got going on. I need to leave now, but great stream, Quan. I look forward to more. All right, Tempest Raw, I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Even though I may or may not be late on reading this, but if you are still here, thanks for stopping by, bro. I'm going to get food. See you, Quan. All right, Josuke, I'll catch you later, bro. Read Siren? Never even heard of Siren. What is it? Is it a webtoon? Is it an anime? Is it newer, older? And what is it about? I guess like that might be a lot of questions, but hold on. I feel like I'm so behind on chat. Like, oh wait, no, I'm actually current. I thought I was behind. Okay, I'll revise the question. If you want any two anime characters to meet, who would it be? Also, Asta the Genuquip Imagine. I'm saying, bro. I'm saying that would be so hype. That would be so hype. But if I could have any two characters meet, for some reason, I would like to see Urza from Fairy Tail meet Zoro. Like, I feel like that would just be very interesting. Like, I think that would be a very, very interesting meetup. If I could also get, like, who's another good one? I kind of want Shinra from Fire Force to meet Deku. Like, the whole, like, Fire Force and My Hero thing always seemed kind of cool to me, because, like, one of them is, like, firefighters and the other one is freaking actual heroes. So I feel like they could, like, save people together. I think that would be kind of cool. Will Dante cut be permanent? Oh yeah, I think Dante's cut is gonna be it's like a reference to Bleach almost. Like, you remember when like Ichigo cut Grimmjow and Grimmjow chose to keep his scar to remind him of what Ichigo did to him. I think it's gonna be like that. That's what I think personally. Wait, you watch Fire Force? Oh, of course I watch Fire Force. Man, Fire Force is hype. Have you been seeing the new episodes with with freaking Chiron. I want to say his name is Chiron, isn't it? Chiron or Chiron? I think it's actually pronounced Chiron. I could be wrong. But that dude, he's like cause like I started reading Fire Force a while ago. Like Josuke had got me onto it, and like when I got to the part where the anime is right now, that was my favorite part. All of the stuff like with him was my absolute favorite. Urza and Zoro, that's so random. Like thinking that, like it's cause Zoro likes to fight strong swordsman, and like Urza is a strong swordsman. I think like their meeting would be really cool. Like that's my thinking on that. And then like Death Battle had did a versus battle of those two, and I was like, and it made me think, oh, that'd be so interesting if they met each other. Cause like they probably actually would fight, for real, for real. I do want to hear your thoughts on the group as a whole. I mean, I think it's a good idea, like to have a collective of like content creators that are all like, like how they work together. Cause like I know like the like as far as like anime YouTube communities, I feel like only the One Piece community really does it right. Cause like the One Piece YouTubers are all like really cool, like with each other. Like they have like their reverie and all that kind stuff. So like I feel like that is a cool thing to have, just to have like a bunch of YouTubers all like work together and stuff. I need some health. Goodness. Oh, you said Zora. I thought you meant Zora from VC. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, Zora and Urza. That would be super random. It would be like, why? That one would be definitely like, why? I'm very hyped to see the Triads convo about Dante losing. Will be big embarrassment. It better be big embarrassment because he really was talking a lot of trash and just ended up losing. I mean, Chiron is the GOAT. Also, Inca is so dodo. She's being so. Oh my gosh, I can't stand Inca, bro. I don't know if you're a manga reader or any of that, but I'm like, I hate her so much. Like she is easily like people say they hate Rachel. I hate Inca, bro. I can't stand her. I can't stand her at all. But on Chiron, that's my dude, bro. That is like when he be like walk and then just everything just start exploding around him. Like he beats a lot of people in like a lot of verses. Like for Fire Force's verse, that's a lot of like the sounds, but like Fire Force's verse is not to be slept on, for real, for real. Like if you put a lot of them dudes in the My Hero verse, they would cause a lot of problems for them heroes. They would cause so many problems for them heroes. Like one of the only heroes that's really doing anything is like All Might. Like them other pro heroes, like Chiron probably is really clapping all of the pro heroes aside from All Might, for real, for real. Let me see. Oh, I already read that. Am I a Persona fan? Nathan. Am I a Persona fan? Let me show you something. This is how big of a Persona fan I am. I am a very huge Persona fan. I love Persona 5. And I played the Royal too, but I'm a huge Persona fan. I do have the Royal background, and I want to say I have another one. Like I want to say I have 3 Persona backgrounds, but that's just my favorite one because I like the Behind the Mask song. Like I like that as a background song the most. Spoilers. I'm out for Fire Force. No, I'm not gonna say any spoilers for Fire Force. I haven't said anything unless you're not caught up on the anime, because we're only talking about the anime. Inka is like misreading her power so hard. To me, she's literally only blasting off readings. Yeah, her power has always confused me, like especially reading it in the manga. That's like one of the things that I like was really hyped with Fire Force anime is because like in the manga they explained it super weird. So like I haven't watched the episode 6. I want to say is the newest one, but like I like how they're displaying it so far. Like hopefully when they give like their full explanation on it, it'll make more sense. Cause I'd be super confused when they be talking about or when I be seeing her at power. The royal backgrounds were tedious to get, so I said screw it. Why as I know like they put it sucked because they made them like trophy based, like tied to trophies. But I I had the whole deluxe edition or whatever day of, and by the time I got all these trophies, like, and by the time they had announced all these little backgrounds, I already platinumed it. Like I platinumed the royal, so like I couldn't get them. Like, or I could get them if I went through all that emailing them to prove it and all that, but that's doing too much. Like I like Persona, but I'm not for tedious things. Um, I know I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but Papa Silva is still nowhere to be found. Honestly, I think he might have another job in like in royalty. Like I think he might have another job. Like kind of like how Daminato is in charge of the Magic Parliament. Like I almost feel like the other leaders of the royal house have other jobs. Like say like maybe the Silvas are in charge of monitoring over the nobles or like monitoring trade or something. And say like the Vermilions are in charge of like foreign affairs or they have more stock in the military. Like I almost feel like maybe the royal families have other jobs. Like Kira's over parliament, Silver's over land, and like Vermilion's over money. Like like I feel like they might all split up and be about something. That's what I think. Let me see. If the Triad have a combination spell called Demon Creation, they would create the ultimate Dark Disciple, very likely 100%. That would be interesting if they could like combine all their 80s together. Like just add all of their 80% up. Just make it like 240%. Oh, I hate that I keep referencing Bleach, but almost like when those three like Amazon Iran cars when they like put their arms together and they made that big hollow Amon, like almost it feels like kind of something along those lines. That would be hype. You just beat the Royal a couple weeks ago. So good. I also played Persona 3 and 4 this summer. I also like I was playing Persona 4 last year, and I had on like cause I had the Vita cartridge and I had this little thing called a PlayStation TV, and I was playing it on that. But I don't know what I was doing, and I was an idiot and took the cartridge out and I lost it. So I ended up buying it digital this year to like play it again and beat it. Persona 4 is really good. Like I actually don't know which one I like more between Persona 4 and and between Persona 4 and Persona 5. I intend on playing Persona 5 the Royal again, but I gotta be careful because once I started, I'm just gonna like I'm gonna disappear and go into the Persona hole. You guys will never see me again. Mm. Also, she doesn't realize that the Fire Force literally goes to danger. It's in their job. I'm getting heated just talk about it. Like she likes danger, but then like doesn't want to join the Fire Force. Like she's annoying. Like they did a really good job at making her like a really annoying character. I do kind of like how she has like this whole chaos thing about her. Like how she really like enjoys just like chaos and destruction. Like that's kind of cool, but still annoying though. Mm. Imagine them creating strong bodies for the demons when they cross over. Yeah, I wonder like how that's gonna go, cause like they're gonna need hosts, or are they just gonna be able to like walk around? Like is it gonna be like releasing a bunch of Zagrids, like how he was just in his full body? I like that might be it. They might just be sacrifices, honestly. Screw the email. They should have just let me pay for them. Right, bro. I would have just bought them. Like honestly, if they would allow them to just be purchased, I would have bought them flat out. And I hate how they have so many like Japanese exclusive ones. Like that makes me so mad. Like just let me pay for them. Let me buy them. Like I would just make a Japanese account and just buy them that way, but you can't if you have a Japanese account. Like you can't use your you can't use your Japanese themes on your American PS4 account. Like, it's just annoying that there's no crossover. I just want to see what 1 week of training with Goku could do for Shinra and Asta. That would be hype because Goku loves his gravity training. Like, just imagine Asta and Shinra training in the hyperbolic time chamber, bro. Shinra would come out so fast, and Asta would come out so strong. Like, especially Goku's training for Asta would be, I think it would be more beneficial for him. Mm. Top three Persona 5 or girls? Oh gosh. Ah, that's tough. That's tough. Let me see. Oh, like I got two of them in there for sure. I'm just not for sure who I want to be up there. Like Makoto is up there for me. She's like really high. Her sister Sai is up there. I want to say her name is Himiko. No, Himafumi. Hifumi. Hifumi. The chick who plays Shogi. She's dope. Like she was actually supposed to be an actual character in the game, but they or she is a character in the game, but she was actually supposed to be a member of the Phantom Thieves, and her thing was gonna be like it was gonna be like a Chinese thief inspired lore and all that. It was gonna be dope. Like it was gonna be a whole segment on her, but they like axed it for whatever reason. So mad that I even found that out. And her design on her character sheet was looking hype. So I'm definitely mad about that. Um, yeah, her, like the new chick Kasumi is cool. Like I don't know, like they gave her lots of time in the story, so that probably what makes her like up there ish, but not really. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody that was like one of my absolute favorites, and I can't remember who it is. Man, no, 'cause I want to say I don't remember everybody. So probably Makoto, Sai, and Hifumi. For me, it's Persona 5. Then it's 3. My two favorites. I haven't played 3 because like I feel like the only way that I can play is if I emulate it, and I just never have good luck with emulators, like ever. I never have good luck with getting those emulators to work. Mm. My favorite Fire Force characters are Arthur, Joker, Shinra, and Maki. How did Joker fight Show? I'm so confused. Dude, Joker's just a beast. Like, obviously, I'm not going to spoil the manga for you, but like, if you just keep reading it, Joker's a beast. Like, Joker is that dude. He is not to be played with. Um, any early predictions for 261? Honestly, it just depends on where they go from here. Like, they could go so many places. I really hope that we follow the Clover Kingdom people. Like we see something with them. I either want to see the aftermath of Yami leaving or what's going on in the Heart Kingdom. But what I think is going to happen is I think Tabata is going to follow the Dark Disciples and get the conversation with Xenon and Dante, and like possibly have the Black Bull member that infiltrated the Spade possibly interact with Yami when he's captured. That's what I think he's going to do. Persona is an anime. Like they have an anime for the fourth game and the fifth game, but it's like it's a video game. It's a video game where you're basically an anime protagonist. It's very similar to like JoJo's in terms of like the concept. Like you have a persona. A persona is very similar to a stand. Like so, if you're familiar with the power system of JoJo's, then like the power system of Persona won't be too confusing to you. Haru, Sumire, Makoto. Haru? Oh, as far as the Phantom Thief girls are concerned. I don't know, man. Haru's cool. Wait, Nate, you're also Haru? Why? Haru is so basic. Or I don't know. I wouldn't call her basic. Nah, she's kind of basic to me. She's a little basic. Uh, Hope we get some development facts. Blackbird, when did you pop in here? I don't even remember seeing you. Did you say something when you popped in? Yeah, Blackbird, when did you even get here? You just popped in randomly. Yeah, but no, I really hope we get some development. Honestly, if we like went back to I wouldn't be mad at that either. Like honestly, cause like we haven't seen like this was like this flashback was the first time we've seen and like since he got beat. This is like it feels like 30, 40 chapters ago is what it feels like, even though it wasn't that long, but it does feel like a while. Do you think the Clover Kingdom is going to team up with the Heart and Diamond Kingdom to fight the Spade? I mean, well, they've already teamed up with the Heart Kingdom, essentially. The Diamond Kingdom really doesn't have much of a choice, to be honest. Like, because the Diamond Kingdom already took, like, some huge, like, like Diamond Kingdom has a lot of casualties. Like, they lost a lot of land and all that, so they don't really have much of a choice. And Langris finna get so much character development. I'm still mad that Tabata didn't have Langris there. But then again, I guess if Langris was there, oh, maybe that's why. Because if Xenon does have some type of spatial magic, it would be really weird to like have that there with Langris. Like it's almost like if Langris was there, Xenon might have actually lost. That might be why he didn't include him. Now that I think about it. Like, just had him not there on purpose for that very reason. Akainu is tearing me up. That guy's so strong. Goodness. Interesting take. I think for I think needed to get beat up for his character development. I knew he probably wouldn't stay dead, but I'm kind of glad it happened now. Oh yeah, definitely. Like he's not gonna kill Asta's main rival for sure. Like he would never like do that, but I don't know. It's one of those things like you say may have needed to get beat up, but like has already gotten beat up a lot of times. Like he got beat up by Mars. I mean, granted, it was his final blow that like did Mars in, but like he still did get beat up by Mars. Like at the end of the day, like he still like Mars was destroying him. He got beat up by Catherine, in my opinion. It's one of those things where like in that Catherine fight, it's like under like the thing with is even when he does win, he still understands that like it wasn't all him. Like he understands that like he won with help, or like he won with a power he didn't understand. So that makes him like want more, or not necessarily want more, but like want to do better or makes him strive to get better, which is a cool thing about him. I'm not feeling the Clover anime right now. Could have sworn it'd be a training arc and not character development. Might drop it for a while, no cap. It just depends. Like the whole Charmy and Gordon episode wasn't that good, but the Zora one was definitely interesting. Like the Zora one was interesting, just because like I mean I'm a huge fan of Zora, so I like to see him. And the one with like Noelle was really interesting. The Finral date one, I'll give you that one. That one wasn't all that hype. And the Leo stuff was pretty cool. We're getting the Witch Queen next, so I don't know if you want to drop it quite yet. Seeing the Witch Queen on there might be enough to make you stay for another week. We don't disrespect my Fluff Queen Haru. I'm gonna send for her. Also, JoJo and Persona are different. Persona more JRPG magic based. I mean, it is. I didn't mean it like JoJo and Persona are the same. I didn't mean it like that. But I meant like if somebody was familiar with like how the combat in Persona might be, like just in terms of like what the concept of it is, because like you summon your Persona the same way how you can summon a Stan. But I mean that could be a bad comparison. But I mean like when someone had explained it to me like that, it made a lot of sense. Screen time is really what's holding back. Swear. It's weird though, cause with like Tabata always does this though, where like he doesn't show for a really long time. And then all of a sudden we just see and he's just like incredibly powerful. and I don't know how I feel about that. Cause like we never really get to see him get strong. Granted, the show is mostly about Asa, but still, like we never like if you what was a good example? Like when we didn't see him for a long time, like during the underwater sea temple arc, like almost like after the whole invasion with like Rades and stuff when Fuegoleon got captured, or not captured, but when Fuegoleon got put in like a coma, and then like they went off to the underwater sea temple. Then next time we see, he's just like crazy powerful, has like way better control over Bell, is fighting a Diamond General, flying through the sky. Like it was just crazy how much nicer Yuno was in that short amount of time. Because it wasn't a ton of time in between like the whole cave stuff and the underwater sea temple. Like that, all that was not a lot of time that had passed. Like Yuno got really strong really quick. It's like he really figured Bell out fast. Asta, Shimmer, Deku equal stats in base. Who do you think is win? Like they have to stay in base forms. Like it just depends to me on like how far you let them go. Cause like honestly, I kind of think Shinra wins that. Like I really do think Shinra kind of wins that, especially currently. Cause I want to say Shinra has higher durability than both of them, especially for Deku. I don't feel like Deku has a lot of durability. Like Asta definitely, but like Asta's not good against like actual physical things, and like it's not like Asta can like negate Shinra's fire, so he would just be forced to deal with it, which would mess him up. Yeah, ultimately like Deku's not really too much in this. Now if you're talking about like 45%. Or not 45, but you're talking about like Deku at like 100%. That's like a different story. But let's see. The original plan was to team up with the Hearts, then attack, but the Spade had to beat them. Had beat them to it strangely. Yeah, it was kind of, I don't know. It does suck that their plan totally got foiled, but I feel like they were getting ready to attack anyway. Though it's almost, when you think about it, it's almost better that this happened, because had they attacked the Spade Kingdom as they were, and the disciples and the triad popped up, they would have got destroyed even worse. Because now it's like a concentrated attack, and you're just taking a bunch of casualties for no reason, and they got home court advantage, which is a very real thing. I'm telling you. I like Haru because one, rejecting her is really sad, and two, to me, she's one of the only ones who seem like she genuinely cared for Joker before rank 9. I mean, rejecting Haru was sad, but that's not gonna make me like it's almost like a guilt trippy type one. Turning Haru down just made me feel more guilty than anything else. It's like, dang, like I kind of feel bad because she was really invested. Same thing for like Sumire. It's like turning her down is like, it just makes me feel really awkward. It's like, dang. You guys are making me want to play Persona again. Easy, Yuno and Noel can't become arcane. Their magic is too basic. Simple as that. Well, like, the thing is, like, I don't know. Like, it is really basic, but I almost feel like Tabata had already thought of this. Like, I feel like Tabata knows this. So there has to be something else to it. We see with Yuno, the whole Spirit of Zephyr has weird or not Spirit, but the whole Sword of Zephyr has like strange properties to it, where like it can absorb mana in the area. So it could possibly be something where the Sword of Zephyr could like absorb like the mana of whoever he's fighting in the area, and that could maybe make him arcane, but I don't know. And then for Noelle, I have no idea. She might be able to make it just off a sheer mana amount maybe, but because I want to say with arcane, like the mage themselves can be arcane, but also like I want to say like spells can be different stages than them, which is interesting. Or maybe it's wrong. Maybe they could even go to like a dungeon or something and get like some kind of item. I don't know. They start off in base, but they can transform partway through the fight. Start off in base. Deku just doesn't stand a chance at all here. Like that's just the main thing here. Like Deku literally stands no chance. And if you give Shinra the evangelist blessing, like if you give him the actual blessing, he claps Asta. Like Asta can't do anything about it. Like Shinra is moving at like true light speed. Like Shinra was able to move in a dimension of like stopped time. Like Asta's not that fast. Like there's nothing Asta be able to do about that one. My nose itching. You see, I'm getting behind on the chat. What are you guys talking about? I'm still not trusting the heart because it seemed too nice, so I think they will betray the Clover after Fate War is over or during it. I don't know. That would be so weird because we got that whole like backstory with Laura Petchka and her being like crying and happy that she has true friends in Noelle and like and Mimosa. So I don't know. Like I feel like that she won't betray them for that reason. Unless she dies and like Gaja blames them for it because he's so like dedicated to her, and then he starts like a war against the Clover. But that's like a stretch. Let's get into the crazy conspiracy theorists. Mm. I'm on my new game plus run on Persona 5, so I have a feeling if you play it again, your channel will become hiatus credible. I'm gonna change my YouTube name to that if I get hooked on like a game. I'm gonna be hiatus credible. To become arcane, we need magic other than regular magic elements. For instance, the guy with chain magic has more potential to be arcane. That's true, because it could potentially have some crazy effect to it. But Yuno also has access to a spirit. So, I mean, there could be something with that. What new spell do you see for Yuno? See, the thing with Yuno is I don't really foresee him getting too many more, like, new wind-based spells. Well, I mean, all the spells are wind-based, but, like, in a traditional sense, like him shooting blades of wind or a bird or an arc or a tornado, because he kind of already has all of that stuff when you look at it. I think what we're going to get for Yuno next is more mastery over his spirit dive. Like a lot of people talk about like a full body demon form Asta, but like a full body spirit dive Yuno would be vicious. Like that would be crazy. Full body spirit dive Yuno be hype. So that's kind of what I think. I think we're going to get more like a more enhanced version of Yuno Spirit Dive next. Um, but couldn't Yuno destroy any physical matter with his mana zone, like in the grid fight? I don't know. That was like the elf mana was like tuning him up to crazy levels where he was able to like start to destroy passively, like just like stones and stuff. That was crazy. If he gets that again, oh, we could even see that for him possibly um, utilizing more of his elf powers because we've seen in the chapters with the Golden Dawn they retain some of that power. So like if they just have to learn how to use it effectively, so we could get possibly like more elf in the future. Mm. Can I explain the Adola Burst and the Adola Link because I thought you needed the Adola Burst to experience the Adola Link, but the guy from the fourth said he experienced and it apparently takes things from you. Like I could go into like my understanding of it, but I don't know like cuz like from my understanding, it seems like the people that have the Adola Burst are like able to experience the Adola Link. But however, there's people like the guy from the fourth that got like that they had a run-in with something like it and they're able to somewhat experience it. I don't want to say there's slight spoilers in here, so I don't want to spoil you because they do go more into depth on that. I want to say soon too. They might even be in this season. If not in this, actually I want to say it's in this season that they're going to go more into depth on that. So I don't want to spoil it. Uh, versus Deku. Come on now. Deku doesn't stand a chance. Yuno's able to keep up with Asta. Deku stands no chance. Yeah, Yuno destroys Deku. It's not even close. Unfortunately, and Deku's strong. Like, it's not even like I'm not even trying to say like, oh, he's weak and all that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like Yuno's just really strong. It's just like Shinra. Like Shinra's really strong. Like for no reason. That's the weird thing. Like Fire Force reminds me of My Hero in that aspect of like there's just a lot of gap. Like when you think about like the actual gap between like characters like Benimaru or like Chiron and let's say like Obi, it's like there's such a huge gap there. Or don't even get me started about like the gap between possibly Chiron and like Tamaki. Like the gap's huge. Like or take Show and let's say like Hinawa, the gap is insane. There's such a huge gap there. Like I don't know, I kind of dislike that a little bit when like the top tiers are way above the lower tiers in shows. Like I kind of like it when shows keep it kind of like relative. And now I'm not even talking about fodder people. Cause I mean, there's always going to be fodder, like taking Black Clover, like those random fodder cloaked mages. Like, of course, they're always going to be like really weak. But I'm talking about mostly like when they be like, oh yeah, these are like main characters, and they're just like way weaker than everybody else. How strong do I think Arthur is? Arthur, in my opinion, is stronger than Shinra. Like, cause Arthur, especially at this point in the anime, he literally like no diffs everybody. He like just he one shots like everything. Like the only person he couldn't really beat was Benimaru, and Benimaru is a literal monster. Like Benimaru is an actual just monster. So he's not beating him. And like also like Arthur was able to like no difficulty handle like a berserk Shinra using rapid and all that. And in the manga he only just looks more impressive. So like I definitely think that he is just stronger than Shinra is. I want to see Arthur with the Adola Burst. He needs to be a pillar. Ah, it would be interesting to see if Arthur was a pillar or not. Cause like Arthur's like I like Arthur where he is. Like he's his own thing. Yang Yang from that show. Are you guys talking about Ruby? I've never seen Ruby. How is Obi still alive? I'm saying like Obi is cool and all. I love Obi. Obi is a beast, but it's like Obi is severely outclassed in this verse. Like it's like Obi's best feat so far is like holding up a house. Like which is strong for a normal human. Like don't get me wrong. Like normal humans can't just hold up houses, but it's like when you compare Obi holding up like an actual house to Chiron and Shinra slamming each other through like houses and buildings, it just seems a little it seems a little lackluster when you look at it that way. Um, the gap is too huge in Jujutsu Kaisen 2. Like I'm when does the anime for Jujutsu Kaisen start? Like, cause I really want to check it out because people always talk about it, but I've never I've never read it or anything. So I'm waiting on the anime. But if it keeps taking all day, then I wanna start it my own. So you think current Solo ends a grid or Asta Solo ends a grid before this Berserk form? The answer will determine who's miles ahead in rank. See, the thing with is like that's just like assuming not even assuming. I really don't think either one of them could necessarily solo the grid. There is an argument for Berserk Asta for sure. Like there's definitely an argument there with him like negating stuff, but just base, I'm not one of those people who thinks that they could both solo him. Like I think those two together could probably beat him just because anti magic is really good. But then again, the thing with like Zagrid is you gotta think, is he being serious? Because if he's being serious, then it's a different fight entirely. then it's a totally like because he didn't get serious until like the very last moments. And then also you gotta take into account is he aware of Asta's anti magic, or is it kind of like is it like post time skip Asta first in encounter? Because if it's post time skip Asta first encounter, then he just summons a Black Divider and slices through him easy. Same thing for Spirit of Zephyr, you know. So like if he's aware of what they can do and fight seriously, then I think it'll be different. Like I don't know. So like if he has knowledge of them, then I think he'll beat them. But I think if he goes in there, like if he goes in character, then he loses. Oh yeah, like the gap between Asta and Gordon. Yeah, like in that recent filler episode, like Gordon shot his full power. Asta just smacks it back at him, and Gordon's like almost dead, or not almost dead, but he can't handle it at all. Like the gap's so huge. Uh, yeah, I totally see what you're saying. I love Arthur where he is, but I just don't want Shimmer to take all the shine like the other shows. Honestly, like the creator of Fire Force, I want to say, oh, is it Akubo? I might be wrong, so I'm not gonna say it. But the creator of Fire Force is doing a really good job with keeping Shinra and not Asa, Shinra and Arthur around the same level. Like I'm behind on the manga. I'm probably like 10 or 15 chapters behind on the manga, but so far, like one of them hasn't like left or like left the other one in the dust per se. So far, they're still pretty level. That's not really a spoiler, so I don't really count that as like a spoiler. I think the anime comes out in October. October's so far away. I don't want to wait that long. I might read like the first chapter, first two chapters, and if it hooks me, then I'll keep reading it. Cause October's kind of far. Is it like the beginning of October or the end of October? If you don't know that, that's fine. Cause I might be like being difficult at this point. Also, I'm doing these for money. Cause like there's like a trophy to get like a certain amount of money, and the other ones are just taking a long time. Is the grid characters like Dante? What you think, Quan? I think his character is very similar to Dante. Like they're just way too cocky. I mean, but I like cocky characters. But like they're like cocky to an extreme fault. It's like borderline kind of annoying. I could be Luffy in one of these other ones for real, for real. Hmm. Yuno's wind magic being developed Yuno's wind magic being developed and controlled to the point he can make his attacks or spells go through small creeks and opponent spells like Xenon's bone magic or Dante's gravity to make strong. So like the thing with Yuno's bone magic, I mean with Yuno's magic, is like he has mana zone, so he can cast spells inside of other spells. So like him casting a spell inside of Xenon's bones is not too far fetched when you really think about it, which is cool. Funny, like I just said I need to like save money. I just start spending it. It's just like real life. Like in Jujutsu Kaisen, all characters are like 5 out of 10, while you like two characters that are 11 out of 10 walking around. That is a pretty. I mean, but like 5 out of 10 isn't bad. Like, is the gap really that bad? Power is a bit irrelevant in this arc. What do you mean his power is irrelevant? Like in terms of how strong he is? I want Black Clover to get a Broly type character. That would be cool, just like a straight berserker. That'd be really cool. Cause I enjoyed Broly. Broly was my dude. Like I don't know if any of you guys play Dragon Ball Fighters or are like hip to Dragon Ball Fighters, but like I play with like both Brolys on there. Broly's hype. I think Yami and Asa were fighting a clone of Dante. I keep see like people say that, but especially with how this chapter was, I don't think so. Just because like Xenon wouldn't why would Xenon go save a clone? Like it seems like a waste of time. Who do you think will win in a fight between Asta Devil Army and Yuno currently? Oh, well, Asta for sure. Like I think in a one-on-one fight, Asta wins regardless, just because Yuno's like really heavy magic based. But it's one of those things where, like, even though I think Asta beats Yuno in a one-on-one fight, I think like Yuno has an easier time fighting like a lot of opponents that Asta has a hard time fighting. Because you think about Asta has like some weird counters to him that I think Yuno honestly doesn't do all that bad against. Asta's Devil Arm's a little busted. It is, but at the same time, we don't really know what it does. Like for like at the moment, all we know is that it just makes his anti-magic apparently more potent. I guess like we don't really know a lot about it. Broku did a video on how Noel and Yuno could become arcane. Yeah, I've been meaning to check that out actually. I just have not had the opportunity to. I actually have no desire to beat Whitebeard right now. He's gonna like kill me. Well, I don't know. He might not. Let's see. I'm saying, yeah, like Asa really has been like negating Yuno's win for like forever. In another world based on magic. Now to think of, it's kind of like, oh, Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, I didn't know Jujutsu Kaisen was magic based. That's kind of hype. See you, Quan. I'm going to bed. Have fun with the stream, man. All right, no problem, Leon. Catch you later, bro. Time is 10:10. Okay. Glad that you could make it. I'll see you later. Maybe he didn't tell Xenon, and when they get back to the capital, he will see the real Dante. That would be so funny. That is such a Dante move too. Like send a clone and not even tell nobody. Like I could see Dante doing that. Like I don't think he did that, but I could see him doing that. That would be so funny. Like he brings this like beaten body in, and it's just a clone. And Xenon's like, why didn't you tell me you sent a clone? We're talking that. Just read Jujutsu Kaisen 4-chapter prequel series if you don't want to wait for the anime. Oh, just read like the first 4 chapters? Would that be enough to like really like how many chapters should I read to like just get like a good idea of what it's like? I mean 4 is pretty fair, but then the only thing is if I read it and I like it a lot, then I'm gonna like not wait for the anime, and then I'm not, cause I'm one of those people that like if I read the manga, I'm probably not gonna watch the anime. Like I do that every time. Like I'll try to. It happened to me with like My Hero. It happened to me with Bleach, like way back when. There's like Fire. Was it Fire Force 2? No, I don't think I was like that with Fire Force. I want to say I feel like I was reading the manga for Fire Force first, actually. But like for the most part, I'm saying like if I start the anime, or if I start the manga, I'm not even gonna watch the anime. Oh, you don't know what Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you were saying Jujutsu Kaisen was magic based. I was like, oh crap, I didn't even know that. But okay, you're talking about something else. What's your thought on some folks saying Asta would be stronger if he had magic? To me, Dante would have won if Asta had magic. See, like, That one's weird because like it's one of those things where if you train your body physically, you do get stronger. I feel like in a broad sense, I think Asta would be stronger if he had magic. Like I do agree with that, just because having magic and being physically strong makes you way stronger. Like now, do I think he would be like and be have some like amazing like four leaf clover ability and all that? No, I don't really think so. But I do think like if you give anybody any magic type and they're just physically strong, it would be really impressive. Like he like if you like even if you gave him like take Kaito's swords, like you give him just regular swords with his physical abilities and magic, he would be crazy. Like he would be crazy strong. No, it's a prequel series that covers the events before Jujutsu Kaisen main story. Oh, I'll read that for sure then. That sounds kind of cool. It's like a prequel. Is it on the Viz Media or Shonen Jump app? Cause that's where I read like all my manga. Like I just pay for the monthly subscription. It's not even all that bad for anybody who might scoff at it. Like, cause it's like it's only $2.99 for the officials. Like when they come out. And I know like some of the sites put the officials on there after they come out, but I just rather not even bother. So I just pay for it. Um, so what do y'all think the timeline of the Dark Triad opening the gates to the room would be at? If I remember, we have about 6 months till Laura dies from the curse. Do we have 6? Yeah, but like she's captured, so that's like different. I don't even know like what she's. I don't know what they're waiting on at this point, to be honest with you. Cause like I know Josuke was saying that they might have to wait for a full moon, which I don't really think that will have anything to do with it, to be honest with you. Uh, I don't know. I feel like they have to make Yami and them like learn some kind of spell to like force them to open it. I, I like that's like what I think. Like I think they need Yami and them to learn something. And I do think that like Yami and William are gonna like try to stall them as much as they can so that they can't get it. That's kind of what I think. I think Asa would be stronger, but I think the matchups he has been through would give him the disadvantage. It depends on what he has. Like it really depends on what his magic type is, honestly. Like if he has something basic like fire, like say like Asta has fire magic, like he would literally just be extreme. He would be possibly stronger, like as strong as Marileona. Like he would be like he would be in that way. Like he would be that level, or not that level, but he would go in that direction is the word I'm looking for. Which is like is in like water magic typically does not mean anything to Marileona. Like obviously if you have like some crazy high level water spells, then yeah, it matters a lot. But like I would argue like Asta same level, like if you take Asta same like proficiency and level of like strength, like say this Asta has like fire magic and he has access to mana zone and like everything else, I would argue that fire magic strong Asta would possibly still beat anti magic sword Asta. Like it's a very real argument for real. Because mana zone offers you so many abilities. Like yeah, like anti magic negs it, but like he's still susceptible to just getting ran up on and punched. Oh, I'm running the wrong way. Where am I supposed to be going? It's like down. I hate this map. I should have just quit. Having 6 months already passed, didn't they have a time skip? Yeah, like they like 6 months have passed. Like it's been 6 months. I can't remember how much time it was until she dies. Well, he was down here this whole time. Not to mention Asta would have runes. Goodness, yeah, you give Asta like Mana Zone, you give him runes, he would be crazy powerful. Like he'd be really strong. Like he would be really, really strong for sure. Read the anime, my guy, chapter by chapter. What do you mean read the anime? I don't know what you mean by that. Read the anime. What do you mean? How does one read the anime? Do you think Black Clover will go on as long as Naruto One Piece if it doesn't get axed? Um, I like because Tabata said he wanted it to run for a really long time, and I do think that it has potential to run for a really long time. But the only thing I'm worried about is like for it to run a long time to like because it's almost like One Piece or not One Piece. Black Clover used to delve into their side characters, but like ever since I want to say like ever since the whole like elf arc, it kind of just became like the Asta, Yuno, and Yami show, starring Noel. It's like the other side characters really don't get talked about all like that. So like that's like one of my like concerns, I guess, is that like One Piece took time to flesh out a lot of their side characters. So like it might not go well for Black Clover if they try to get more content but don't have anything to base it off of. Just because like your main characters are so strong now, like who even cares about any of these side characters? Read my comment about Dante clone, not too far back. Let me see. What you talking about? Excellent tie or excellent try. You sure it's not too far back? Cause I'm scrolling. Was it the one where it's like Xenon pops in, like Xenon takes the body back and just walks in and sees a Dante clone? Cause I had already said something about that, or was it something else? They said she had a year 6 months ago. Okay, so they got 6 months left then. Wasn't talking to you, Colin, when I said read the anime. Oh, my bad. I have a theory: all demon possessed who have two kinds of magic. What if Asta gets his original magic with his anti-magic? There's so many things with Asta and his original magic. One theory that I had is that like Asta could be like, because we all know that like Hungry Joker was Tabata's like original series, and like what if Asta it was like made, like what if Asta is like a failed like genetic experiment or whatever, that's why he doesn't have magic. That's like one thing I thought about, and it like to me it makes sense just because of like Tabata's history with like science. Like not saying this is like 100% super crazy theory. Like it's not my main theory, but it's just something I was thinking about the other day. Think the Spade arc needs a major character death for it to end well? I personally don't think so. See, character deaths don't equal amazing arc, is what a lot of people don't realize. Like, you don't need like some super crazy death for an arc to be really good. Like, you don't even need that. I mean, like, it's alright. Like, honestly, like character deaths for no reason don't make. I mean, if you remember Naruto, did freaking Neji need to die? Like, because if you ask me, Neji's death did not make the war arc better. Neji's death was dumb. It kind of like, I'm not gonna say it ruined it or nothing, but like it was just like a big why. Like Neji's death didn't add anything to the story, outside of bringing Naruto and like Hinata closer together. But you need to kill Neji to do that. So like that's like kind of my stance when people say like character deaths are needed. Starting to corner into all magma. Neji's death took me straight out of the war arc. I started to question what was going on right there. I'm saying like 'cause it was just so random. It was so random. It was like Neji's good, like spikes are just coming out of nowhere, and then he just jumps in front of one and dies, and I'm just like, why though? Like I'm just like, why did he actually have to die? Like it just felt so out of place. Like I'm about to die in here. Speaking of deaths, I need like some health or something. Don't make no sense. The minute Asta cut Dante should have debunked the clone theory, clone of magic. Right? Yeah, really though. Really though. But then again, you could make the argument that that it's body magic, so it's different. Cause like body magic could be one of those like say like body magic is just magic that manipulates a physical thing. You know what I mean? Like take like Soul for example. Like what if Soul used her magic to like make rock golems come up from the ground? Like not because like I mean she kind of does do that. Like if Asta cuts into one of Soul's golems, like it's not just gonna fall lifeless, or is it? I don't know. Especially if she's still channeling magic into it. I don't know. I think after the Spade arc, they could go travel around the world because we know they have other lands out there. Yeah, I actually when I was rereading some of Black Clover for like a video I was doing, I was in it was like a question segment and they were talking about other countries in Black Clover. Apparently, the place that Yami is from, the land of the sun, they speak a different language entirely. Like so, like he was saying, like Yami had to pick up the language of the Clover Kingdom. And what is it? Oh, apparently, like all of the nations, like the Spade, Heart, Clover, and Diamond, they all speak the same language, but they have like different dialects. So like they have like it's the same language, but they speak it differently. Almost like it takes Spanish, like in Mexico versus Portugal versus Spain. Like they all speak Spanish, but it's like different dialects of Spanish. Or take like English in the USA versus the UK versus Australia. Like we all speak English, but it's different dialects of English. Uh, you should try to read American manga named Apple Black. It's pretty good. Like Maggie mixed with Black Clover, and the author is the Melon King like us. What is it on? I'll check it out. I always be checking out like newer like of the newer series. Tintin. Oh yeah, bro. Cause everybody was shipping Tintin with Neji. I mean, cause Tintin, like it was sad because the huge basis of Tintin's character was just revolving around Neji just being around. So like once Neji died, it was like Tintin had nothing, and even in Boruto, she doesn't have anything. Oh, Magnolia, what's going on, bro? Hang on one second. I need to grab my phone charger. I'm able to like manage you guys' comments on my phone. Like makes it a little easier on me. Let me see. One Piece took a couple hundred chapters to kill off a big character, Ace. So IDK why some folks are desperate to see one in Black Clover at the moment. I know, like, cause when you just kill off characters like really quickly for no reason, it just I don't know. It just takes away from it. Like at least let the character get some solid development. Like as far as like fully fleshed out characters, like because when I think of like a fully fleshed out character, like take Law for example, like take Law in One Piece. Law, we got Law's entire backstory, lots of Law's present, and like and then past that we got growth into like what he is now and what he wants now. So like if Law dies or whatever, it's all right because he is a complete character. Like he's done for the most part at least. I mean, you could always add more. But what I'm getting at here is like in Black Clover, there's not a lot of complete characters. Like definitely nobody outside of the Black Bulls is necessarily a complete character. Like so when I think of complete characters in Black Clover, I can only think of like we got like a lot of Noelle's backstory, but we don't have anything with Noelle's like future or present. Like there's still lots of open plot lines for Noelle. You get what I'm saying? Or take like Finral. Finral is finally useful So like you could almost say Finral's like I don't really see much for the future of Finral. Almost it's like Finral. It's like where does he go from here? So like God forbid, but getting rid of Finral would kind of be like okayish in that sense. Or like take Luck. We got lots of Luck's backstory, and like more moments of Luck with the with this whole elf thing. So like it's like Luck is more of like one of those more complete characters. Like if you guys kind of get what I'm saying on that one. We don't have a lot of them in Black Clover, so I don't think we need to kill anybody off before we really finish people. Like I think we need to finish character development before we start killing people. Long story short. Wait, what are you guys saying? Apple Black is on something called Sat AM. I'll type that in and see what I get. What if Asta and Yuno leaves their country or that continent and makes new friends around the world, which gives them an author for the chance to build new stories, make serious stuff. I mean, they could do that as long as it doesn't like feel like it's dragging or feel forced. Then I'm cool with that, honestly. Um, Yuno versus Asta, who wins? Currently, Asta wins, and that's not even including Devil Arm or Berserk. Just because it's just a bad matchup for Yuno. Like unless you want to say like Yuno has more mobility than Asta, but like Asta has ki, so you could say Asta has better like precognition and battle senses than Yuno. So like I don't think it's like a Asta claps, but I think Asta's gonna win, especially now that he can shoot blades of anti magic. Oh yeah, Asta definitely wins. A better arc will be to explore the dwarfs race for new weapons. After all, we might need to cool down. Charming. Oh yeah, right. Like there's other races in Black Clover. They could totally do that. Haman's death was unnecessary. Could have sworn he was a core of Golden Dawn. He is a core of the Golden Dawn. Remember, like anytime the Golden Dawn was shown, like Haman and that other the stone guy, Siren, I want to say his name is Siren. He's like a stone magic guy. He made like a map of the Eye of Midnight Sun's base out of rock. He was also there for the zombie invasion. He made a map of the royal capital and what parts were being attacked. He was also there at the entrance exam. He was the one who accompanied William there. Like Siren and Haman were core Golden Dawn members that literally died for no reason. Not saying we needed a whole 5 episode or 3 chapter arc of their backstory, but it's like they just died for no reason. Yeah, if Law dies in the current arc of One Piece, is gonna hurt. It would hurt, but like, it honestly, it felt like Law should have died in Dressrosa to me. Like, Law should have died in Dressrosa like 3 times. Like he should have died in Dressrosa like literally 3 times. Apple Black is on a website named Sat AM, and the first couple chapters are free. Oh, I'll definitely check that out then. Yuno, I think will win. How does Yuno win? Like if Asta Like Asta has lots of setups with like his Black Divider, Black Hurricane mixed with Black Divider, freaking Black Slash. Like what does Yuno do to Asta? Like it's not like Yuno only has, I mean, like any attack Yuno can shoot at Asta, Asta can block it or deflect it. Whereas like all of Asta's attacks, literally has to just evade them. Like he literally cannot block anything from Asta. He just has to evade them the whole time. It shows death when the no lie. I read your show's death comment and like I was like, crap. I know I'm 15 chapters behind, but they killed Show. But nah, Show's still alive. If Show did die, Shinra would be crushed, bro. It would be like Ace and Luffy all over again. Ace and Luffy all over again. Well, maybe he might not be that sad. He might have a rage moment for real, for real. Be hyping rage Shinra. Because he's always... Oh, because he will always be the hill Asta needs to reach. That's why you think you don't win? I mean... That's fair, just because Yuno's really naturally talented. Like, so that's always like I'm running the wrong way entirely. Oh yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, cause like is really. This is down though. I need to go up. I hate this map so much. I should have just quit. Cause I never know my way in this place. Like my sense of direction is like really bad. Like actually really bad. Like even with this map right here, I'm just like, where do I go? Like with a map and an icon. Like I just don't even know where to go at all. What was I saying? Oh yeah, with him being like the hill he always needs to reach. I mean, yeah, that's true, but it works both ways. Cause like that's who cause that's who thinks of a lot when he's trying to like rise to the occasion. So it's like they both like kind of push each other up, which is why I think their rivalry is really good. Said I hope they do something with Arthur's parents. That situation seemed weird. It does. It seems like there's just a lot like to it. Like it seems like there's just like a lot more to Arthur's whole thing. Like I want to say that they do touch on it more in the manga, but like I said, I'm just really behind, so I'm not for sure. Like I think I seen somebody talking about it on Twitter. Like I got a couple of Fire Force moots. Like in the show, they kind of joked it off with the whistle. The whistle dude, that's just how he is though. Like that's just like his thing. Asa's probably stronger right now, and needs to be weaker at this point to get development. Yeah, like I could see that, but then we didn't get to see like Yuno's full like power or nothing because they like off screened and William for that matter. I feel like just to save Xenon's devil powers, like so we wouldn't really see a lot of it at this exact moment. Mm, the Clover Kingdom would definitely have to restore the divine protection for a huge amount of mana boost. Downside is that there are no more unnatural magic types will be born. I think they should just stay with what they got with their unnatural mana types. Just cause like it adds diversity and like variety. And I feel like those unnatural mana types like have these weird bonuses and weird effects mid battle. Like the fact that like Ravici, who was significantly weaker than any elf with his chain magic, was able to like seal off his power, like super impressive. I know the Black Bulls are the main cast, but I like to see arcs focus on the other squads. There's a lot of potential there. Yeah, like cause like, and that's why I don't think Black Clover. It might just burn itself out in terms of lasting a long time. Just because like if you think about it, it's like say Oda was writing Black Clover, like at this moment we would have at least gotten like 4 of the 5 squads fully fleshed out. Like Oda took time to flash out to not flash out but to flesh out like every warlord. Like I mean, granted, he didn't really do anything with the other blues, but like with like the West Blue or the South Blue or the North Blue. But he drops tidbits like at all times. Like we'd have got so much. Like he does so much extra for like crews. Like we gotta look into Bellamy's crew like to see like those random members. Like we got like we get lots of info on Buggy randomly. Like I mean, granted, you can make the argument that Buggy is like a joke character, but like just with how in detail Oda goes into with side characters crews, like we honestly know more about side character crews than we do about like main squads in Black Clover. So that's just like I wish Tabata would explore more into like his side cast and side squads. I think a back and forth between Asta and in terms of I think it's a back and forth between Asta and in terms of strength. At the Royal Knights exam, it was and now it's Asta. Mayo can only go up, and that's kind of how it's been. Like I know I made a video about that a while ago, like who's stronger between Asta and but it wasn't really me saying one is stronger than the other. It's just me kind of saying at different points who is stronger. Like in the beginning of the series, I definitely think it was like but then Asta at some point had surpassed him when it got to the magic dungeon. But then that's when once got Bell, he surpassed him, but he didn't know how to use it. But then once he learned how to use Bell, he was stronger than Asta. But like, and once Asta learned Ki, I would give the edge to Asta again. But then like after that, like when he masters, not masters Bell, when he learns how to use Bell more effectively, like how we seen him in Valor Keaton, it's like him again. So it's like they really do switch off back and forth. Been having Shine for 15 years. Let Asta have close to 2 years. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Was always like talented. Like was always been extremely talented. I think that's fair. How do you feel about spatial magic knowing? How do you feel about spatial magic knowing now that Xenon has it? It's in my top five magic types now, but it seems like he trapped in a spatial cube and stabbed him. Hence the off-screen. Mm, so like that seems like almost like two questions. Yeah, that is two questions. Uh, I think Xenon having spatial magic is cool, but I think it's more than just simply spatial magic. I really do. Like, I don't know if you guys remember that one filler episode. Like, there was that Diamond Kingdom mage. Like, it was in the episode of Fanzel. He like trapped Asta, Fanzel, and the Maria chick in this alternate dimension and made soldiers in there. Like, I think Xenon can do stuff like that. Like, I think that's really cool. Um, my only issue is I feel like spatial magic is supposed to be rare, but I feel like a lot of people have it. like like Finral, Langris, Cobb, Voltos, that random guy who trapped Yami in that underwater sea temple. Now Xenon. Like it just that random diamond mage guy. Like it just seems like spatial magic. I almost feel like it should be more rare than what it is. I guess. Just wait, Asa gonna turn into a stud of anime after this fade out. Everyone's gonna be facts, bro. Facts. Carrot, you made it, bro. We already been going for 2 hours. Don't worry, I don't plan on ending it. Like, I don't plan on like ending it anytime soon. So I'm glad that you end up making it. What if humans had powers in the past, but we had got so comfortable using technology to aid us that we accidentally blocked off an ancient power, or the government suppressed our abilities? Are you talking about real life? What time is it where you're at, Paige? Because this is like late night aluminum foil over the head theory hours for you. Like, I don't know about all that. I'm like a simple guy. I just wake up at 6 and go to work, and then come home and do some YouTube stuff. Maybe play some video games. I don't know about ancient powers and all of that. It would be really interesting. Don't get me wrong. That would be really interesting. But yeah, I don't know about all of that though. Also, I think we need something like the Tower of Heaven in real life. Reality is boring to me right now. I need a going to Japan arc in my life. Page Post ain't lying to a certain extent. Is he speaking some truth, Magnolia? And Paige, I definitely think you should go out and travel. Going out and travel definitely helps give you like some perspective on the world. Not necessarily like, well, yeah, it does give you perspective, but like, it helps you like, it's just nice. Like about a year ago, I went to Korea for like a month and a half, 2 months. I was there for like a month. I was there for like 2 months. It was nice. It was a nice change of pace. I definitely recommend not. Definitely don't go there now because of coronavirus, but like once Corona and pandemic is over, definitely get out and travel. You some. This man sound like Dante. Carrot, stop. Actually, Carrot, I'm gonna play Carrot because Carrot's fun. She's actually really fun in this game. I haven't been her in forever, but I'm totally gonna play her though. I just have a big imagination, but some people think we can do a lot with our brains or consciousness. I can definitely see that because isn't it that one thing where they said like we don't use like nearly as much of our brains as we actually could, which I do believe there is truth to that for sure. No cap, I did feel like a villain typing that into chat. Dude, it was on like some monologue, some villain monologue type stuff for a little bit. Like no cap, it was a Dante type beat for a little bit. I didn't know. I thought you was gonna cross over on us for a second. I think the elf arc and the aftermath of it. What? I think the elf arc and the aftermath of it showed that Black Clover can last as long as Naruto or One Piece once done right. Of course, yeah, that is true because they did actually like take time after that to like really address the state of the world. And honestly, the only reason we even got a time skip was just for training. Like, I mean, obviously it was just for training, but like it's almost like we didn't really need a time skip. Like if they wanted to, they could have stretched that even longer. 'Cause like just that little bit of exploring did a lot. And then there's also the entirety of the Heart Kingdom or Diamond Kingdom. Like we don't know what could be lurking there. Cause like the Clover Kingdom had this whole issue with elves that the rest of the world didn't even know about. That was like a really big deal to them. So like it's very possible that like other places could have something similar. Not gonna lie, being on Josuke's live streams fun AF, makes me want to be in it and gush about anime. Sometimes you should just come by. Just come by. Anybody can come by. You're not gonna turn you away. It's a scientist, Dr. Steve Gear. He does not. He does a lot of studies about consciousness, and supposedly he uses collective consciousness to send signals to aliens. He shows proof, but it can easily be faked. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about aliens. I'm not a big alien guy. Cause my whole thing with aliens be like, whoa, knocked over my camera, almost knocked over my camera. I'm like, I'd be like so much more focused on like just the actual like world that's happening right now, like the one that I know of. So that's why I'm not like super huge on like aliens and stuff, all like that. Um, I forget the dude's name, but is the guy with Scale Magic Arcane? I feel like he should be. Dam, Daminato, Daminato. I feel like he should be Arcane, honestly. Uh, show that's that. What do you mean by come by? Is there a Discord? Not gonna lie, I don't really know how to use that app. Bro, no cap, I don't know how to use Discord either all like that, but I'm somehow on there. Yeah, it is on Discord. It's the Black Clover versus everybody Discord. If I wanna say Carrot or Try or anybody, if you guys have the link to Josuke's Discord, can you guys drop it in there? Actually, let me see if I can. Give me 1 second. Like if one of you guys have it, can you drop it in there? If not, I'll pause this and drop it in there. I know one of you guys has to have it. What is a DMT level? I'm not for sure what you're talking about. With Yami now captured, do you think the Spade arc is now in its second act? For the most part, I think it is. Like, I think this is definitely the second part. Like, cause what just appeared to be just the beginning of the Spade arc just turned into like something way more than I'm pretty sure any of us thought it was gonna be. I gotta go, Quan, but keep up the amazing grind and don't forget about our collab. Bro, I have not forgot about our collab. Not at all. I definitely don't want you to think that. I just know, like, you got the research that you need to do. We just need to really set up times, honestly. But no, I have not forgotten. It's in my little notebook. Like, I got this little notebook of my YouTube ideas and, like, stuff that I be having going on that I keep. I can't show you guys, though, because my handwriting's really bad. And I don't feel like getting talked about. I also lost it, by the way, but that's like unimportant. Do one of you guys have the Discord link or no? Here, I'll put it in there. I'll grab it off of my phone. So I know I got it on here for sure. Oh, there it is. Yeah. You see copy. I just posted it for you. But yeah, basically, like, I don't know if you have a Discord or not, but that's the link to it. And like, so basically, like with Discord, there's like a bunch of different channels for different things. Like we have like a channel for spoilers, or not we, but he has a channel for like spoilers. There's a legit channel for live streams. There's like just the general chat where you can chat with just like a bunch of people in there. Like there's always somebody in there talking about it at like any point in a time. I got all my future content in the book also, Quan. It all got burned in the house fire though. Oh, that's horrible, dude. That's absolutely horrible. Hopefully you remember some of it at the very least. Oh yeah, also with the Discord, like, anybody in here that isn't part of the Discord should probably join it. It's the Black Clover versus everybody. Like it's where we always do a live stream on Thursday. Thursday around 8 o'clock, like around the time I started this one, because we typically talk about the spoilers or predictions for the next week's chapter. In the Dark Triad, I think Xenon is more dangerous, but Dante is the strongest because of the magic type. Agreed. I think Dante with his magic type is just like broken. Like body magic mixed with gravity magic is just a lot. Like that's just a lot to deal with. Like honestly, Like I would like to see an arcane mage that could deal with him, but then again, I feel like if you can obliterate his entire body all at once, I feel like he dies. Cause like that seems to be the case in like anime where they have like somebody who has like a regen ability, like take like Majin Buu for example. Like Majin Buu can like basically come back from just about any damage, but if you can obliterate his entire body, then it just doesn't matter. So maybe almost something along those lines. Like say like if like Noelle was boosted all the way up or something, and she like just straight obliterated his body and there was nothing left, she could probably like he would probably be like dead. This is my thought though. Hashtag not afraid. John, look, bro, it's not what it looks like. Carrot for Straw Hat is here, and it made me want to play Carrot in One Piece. Carrot's fun. Yo, what's up, Quan? Sorry for being late. I got a late notification. You're fine, bro. You're fine. We're just in here chilling. Just chilling. We were talking about just like the future of oh, I can't see. We were talking about just like the future of Black Clover and all that. That's it. And the notification for YouTube is like garbage. Like YouTube is like they are like have always been bad with their notifications. Like even if you have the bell on, it sometimes still takes a while for it to turn on, or not turn on, but to notify everyone. But the bell definitely does help. At least you got a better chance if you don't have it on already. But I think you do. You watch enough Tekken, you know the meme. I've recently been getting more and more into Tekken. So maybe it just be Tekken be having them 45-minute videos, so it takes me a while to get through them. So you might have found what the demons in the triad are based off of. What do you got for us? Sound like tons of people have their theories on what they may or may not be based off of. Look around the Wikipedia and you found something? Are you just gonna keep teasing us, or are you gonna let us know what it is? Tell you in the DM since I don't want anyone stealing my idea. That's fair. Okay. Dang, I'm all out of coffee. Sad times. Reincarnation confuses me. Like, what if like 5 billion people die? Would they supposedly reincarnate into the new babies, or like it's a lot more people now than it was in the past? Where are the new spirits go? Mm, if I had to guess, what if they got turned into something else, like animals or plants, like fish? Could be a thought. Quan running the comment section smooth better than some other channels. I'm trying to keep up on it. Like you've been here a while, so you've definitely seen that. I got behind a couple times. Like there was a couple times where I was just like way behind on the chat. Dezel Todd, what's going on, Dezel Todd? Make sure if you haven't already liked the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. Like I should have been said that earlier, but I just now thought about it. Oh, you completely forgot about animals? Yeah, I'm just saying like animals are totally a thing. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that was a thing if like, you know, they weren't just animals too. Is there a dislike? Dezel, I would if you keep playing with me, I would just block you, bro. Like I'm about to actually I should just mute you now before you start getting on my nerves. Dezel, if I see a dislike on my video, you will 100% be put in timeout. You will 100% be put in timeout. Favorite OP and ending of Black Clover? Like, are we talking about Black Clover? Or are we talking about like another anime? Because if we're talking about Black Clover, it's probably I want to say it's like OP7, the one, the one that's like, ooh, what is that? The one during the Crystal Knight exam where they first show Henry and Zora, like that one is actually mad hype. And the other one I like is the one during the the Witch's Forest arc. That one's hype too. Since I was doing research, I talked over Jack. When you say Jack, are you talking about Jack Oates or are you talking about the Black Death side? Because there's like two Jacks that like I know now. Does the volumes give us extra content? Yeah, heck yeah. The volumes give you like tons of extra content. Like well not tons. I wish I could show you. Actually, I can. If you give me 1 second, I'll grab a volume and show you. I got up for only 2 seconds, and I just seen that a bunch of you guys liked the stream. I greatly appreciate that, for real, for real. Let me see. Let me see here. This one's volume 4. I got like I don't have all of the volumes, but I do have a good number of them. Uh, Let me see if I can show you this extra content that I'm talking about. Like so, like I don't know if you can see it, but you get like all of the character profiles and stuff. So like they have those. Uh, where's one at? Cause they have like the SBS with br- the brigade questions. I want to say it's called. If I could find one, but it's like I grabbed the one volume that just don't really got it. Then they have like this kind of stuff in there too, like little cool summaries over the story. Where's the brigade questions? This one just might not have any in it. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, like this random like exclusive art with like questions and stuff. Cause like they have some of this stuff in the actual volume, like in the in the online one with Viz, but for the most part, there's a lot of stuff you can only get from the volumes. There's even support because I don't know if you guys know this, but like Tabata and the mangaka for Food Wars, I don't know his name, but they're actually really close. So there's actually stuff with both of them in this one. But like the other ones will have like an SBS where they have like the assorted questions, like where you figure out who's like the smartest and all that other stuff. I know I'm way behind on chat, so I'm gonna catch up with that. If the developers of The Witcher made an open world RPG of Black Clover, I'll cry. That would be hype. Not gonna lie. I think a game like how Pirate Warriors is, like a warrior style game where you just fight a bunch of those fodder mages in Black Clover, work over really, really well. Because then you could see like the really large scale spell attacks on like a bunch of people. Blackcatcher, Blackcatcher is cool, but it's not my favorite. Like like it's just all right. It's like in the middle. Like I want to say on my tier list, I had it like pretty close to the middle. Rate the Dark Triad. Mm, in terms of favorites, it would go Dante, Xenon, Vonica. But like, I don't know, Xenon's starting to get up there for me. With how he appeared next to Yami, Xenon's definitely up there for me. And the other OP is Black Rover. I didn't want to say Black Rover because Black Rover is cool, but it feels like everybody likes that one. And the opening seven really did hit for me, so that's another reason I like it. Uh, I like Guess Who's. Oh, the Guess Who's Back one is really good. I want to say that's OP4. New vid alert, do content based on the extra content of the volumes. I could do that. I'm so behind though. Like if I just cover the assorted brigade questions, that would be cool. Do I work out? I should work out. I need to work out. I don't. uh, I need to though. I swear, back when I was younger, back in my high school days, man. How would you rank the arc so far in BC? It just let me see. It's like main arcs. It would probably be like the very beginning, so like all the stuff up to like up it. I guess like the first arc, I would count all the way through the first dungeon, and then after that, it would be like the invasion arc. Uh, then the cave, underwater sea temple, witch's forest, magic night exam, and then all the elf stuff, and then right now, I would say my favorite would probably be the Witch's Forest, just because I'm a big fan of Mars and Ladros, and then the Witch Queen was a really interesting character. So like probably the Witch's Forest was my absolute favorite, and then after that would probably be the elf stuff, just because we got like the whole devils and all that. That was really interesting with the transformations. Yeah, so probably the Witch's Forest, elf arc, then the exams, because that's when we got like um, that's when we got Zora, who's like again one of my favorite characters. Then after the exams, probably the underwater sea temple right after that. And then after that, I would probably have to go. Yeah, probably after that, then it'd just be like dungeon and then the beginning, like or dungeon. Yeah, probably no in the invasion and then the dungeon. But like top two or top three arcs, well, as I just said, were for me like the top three were the Witch's Forest, the Elf Reincarnation, and F Witch's Forest, Reincarnation, and I don't even remember what the third one I said was. I don't even remember. But those two are top though. That's all that really matters. Oh, the Magic Night Exam. I remember the Magic Night Exam. Black Clover sales are not that good, and I think once Jujutsu Kaisen passed Black Clover in sales, they will axe it because Jujutsu Kaisen is close to passing Black Clover in manga sales. I mean, that is a thing to worry about for sure. I don't know. It just depends because the anime for Black Clover is doing really well. Like it's extremely popular, like across the like world. So that's like another important thing into popular, like it to factor in. I do think if the anime gets to the time skip, I think that will boost their sales tremendously. Like I think it'll help them out a lot. So I guess we have to wait and see on that one. I was gonna do a wacky video on what if Asta got the Death Note instead of Magic. Well, see, the thing with that is like Asta's a really nice guy. Like Asta doesn't like to kill people, so I don't know. How would I write Noelle's death? I don't think Noelle should die as a character. Like she's really cool. Like it would be weird if at any point in the series she dies. I'd be mad. I have a theory about why magical items aren't used that much. It might be Dark Ages style event. It's funny because in one of these volumes, like I was just talking about, someone asked Tabata like, "What's up with magical items?" And apparently, the thing is, magical items are extremely rare and valuable. So only like royals and very high-ranking nobles have them, just because there's not a lot of them. So like they're basically not used a lot, just because they don't have them. Which would make sense, which is why they're like at least powerful ones, at least like which would make sense why we see like a black market for them. Like you can't just go like pick up some cool ones at like a store. They're either like in the underground or higher up people have them. At least that's what Tabata said. Um, Black Clover digital sales were eighth in Japan last month, so I think we're fine. Dope. Um, where most of the noble hid and distorted most magic tools since they fear the power of the items to secure that. Yeah, right. I'm kind of new to the whole manga sales thing, but is over one 180,000 copies bad? That was last volume sold. Is that's right? That's a lot, right? Don't think we should be worried. I mean, it's just weird because like there have been series where like their manga sales aren't even all that great that go like forever. It's just one of those things where like it might Black Clover with like not crazy high sales, it just might not be goaded. That might be the only thing. I mean, it's definitely a thing to think about when you see like Demon Slayer sales go crazy or My Hero sales go crazy. But again, I would attribute that mostly to their animation studios. It's not like the stories are that much better or that much worse. They just have better animation for their anime. That's it. Like if Period actually works their magic for once, it like Black Clover sales would skyrocket. Like if any of you have seen the most recent episodes of Fire Force, if they had that level of animation, they would be like number one for sure. Or if they had the studio that did Black, not Black, they did Demon Slayer. Come on now. Mm. I think Black Clover being non-seasonal is saving it for me. I do too because there's not like out of the main anime, the only ones that are like continuing or long running is like them and Boruto, and Boruto's bad. So like, uh, people do read Black Clover legally. I feel like most Americans read their manga illegally, unfortunately. Is the Devil World boring? Why they want the Clover? I know, like, what is there so enticing about the actual world? Maybe they don't have apples in the demon realm, so they need to come here to get apples. So people read it on other sites. Oh yeah. Does the manga writer make millions? Oh no. They definitely don't make millions unless you're like Oda or like probably only like Oda and maybe Toriyama make the absolute most, and that's just because of their like series. It's like just because like you have to be that level to make crazy money. Like freaking will be a good example. Like take the author of like Food Wars. He's not making millions of dollars, or like probably, I would say even the author of Fire Force, Okubo, he's probably not even making tons of money either. Like you have to really like you have to really be a big name to make a ton of money off of manga, and then most of it comes from like royalties and those things. Like it doesn't really come from the sales of manga. Almost like with like music. I don't know if you guys remember like CD sales back in the day, like how artists don't really make that much off of CD sales. It's all off of touring and merch. It's just like that. Like all like most of the sales for writers and all that stuff come from like the merch of their series. Let me see. When I first saw, trying to read and run at the same time. When I first saw anime Black Clover, even without the screaming, I knew it was going to be an epic anime. So that's the thing. People be saying they be hating Asta screaming, but like I really do feel like so one person said that, and then everybody was like, yeah, he screams too much. But like literally, Luffy is always screaming in One Piece. Like Luffy has always screamed. Like Luffy is an incredibly loud MC. Like I would definitely argue that Luffy screamed just as much, if not more, than Asta in the East Blue. Like, I think that the demon are at war with the angels why they don't want to leave or why they want to leave. So yeah, that's interesting. I've always been like wondering what's up with that whole thing. With like, cause like there's demons and devils in Black Clover, so the inverse would more than likely be true. I know me and like a lot of other fans think this. I would love to actually see like what they have in store for us in terms of that route. I don't think the Spade arc is gonna. I do think the Spade arc is gonna kill it though. What do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean you think the Spade arc is gonna kill it? Like, you think it's gonna like lower hype for it? Cause like, if you think about it, like the pacing being bad isn't necessarily Black Clover's fault. Cause like COVID, like granted Kishimoto is doing shorter chapters, but the pandemic has slowed down all series. So like, it's one of those things where like everybody, like all series are having to deal with the effects of it. Oh, boost volume sales if they colored all the BC books. I mean, yeah, that would boost sales, but that's like a pain. Cause like it's almost like Tabata has to oversee all of that, which is annoying. They just need a better animation studio. I'm telling you, that's all you need. Cause Demon Slayer, like I read Demon Slayer. I was reading Demon Slayer. Like I started reading Demon Slayer after I seen the first or second episode of the manga, just cause I thought it was interesting. And like I got all the way caught up. I even read it when it was finished now, but like it was like Demon Slayer's story is really average. Like it's not like peak fiction or anything, but that one episode of Demon Slayer that had such good animation made it able to like beat One Piece in sales for a year. That like One Piece literally what had been on top for years, like for like a really long time. So it's like a better animation studio, don't underestimate it for sure. A better animation studio can take you way farther than like coloring some volumes. Wonder if the Witch Queen met spirits before. I mean, she's been around. She has knowledge from like 500 plus years ago, so I wouldn't be shocked if she did. Oh, kill it in a good way. Oh, kill it in a good way. Okay. Oh, I'm electrified. We need chapters long, like One Punch Man. How long are their chapters? Are their chapters like, cause I mean, Tabata used to do like 18, 19 pages typically. Like we got some pretty decent sized ones, but now we're getting like 4 pages less than we used to get. So that's why it's probably hurting us so much. Noel need a better power up. You don't like Valkyrie dress? Are you not a fan of like transformation based power ups, or would you prefer to have like a more traditional spell? She's definitely gonna need something more. I still don't really think she's gonna get Undying. Like I don't think that's the power up Tabata has in store for her. But I do like if she has like if she can get like her mana, the mana method in ruins and mana zone, I think that would be more than enough for her. Demon Slayer crispy fro. Yeah, the animation is super crispy. Mm. And then another thing that hurts Black Clover a lot is the marketing. Like who's ever in charge of the marketing team of Black Clover drops the ball all of the time. I remember when Black Clover was first coming out, they were like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be the next Naruto. It's like Naruto meets Harry Potter." And it's like, why would you say that about a series? Like, just let the series come out and let people just like it normal. Like, and that was all that's all they had said about it initially, is that it's gonna be like Harry Potter mixed with Naruto, and it's gonna be the next Naruto, which is horrible to say for a series. It's like they were trying to doom us from the start. All right, Paige, catch you later, bro. Good luck on your philosophical search. I wish you well. I'm always down to hear any more out there theories if you have them. I'm not necessarily opposed to different ways of thinking. She needs a power up of her own. Like, you mean something that wasn't inspired by anybody else? Like, do you not like the whole Valkyrie dress thing just because it's kind of inspired by her mom? I mean, I could understand it if you didn't. It's very understandable. Or who's in charge of the Merc for BC? Because they ain't got no figures. I'm saying, like, Black Clover has no figures, no plushes. We only, like Black Clover essentially, like, Black Clover is set up so well for merch. Like, you have 9 squads. You could make different hats. You could, because right now we only have, like, a Black Bulls hat, like a couple hoodies, a couple t-shirts, and that's it. Like we could really have all 9 squads for hats, all 9 squads for like hoodies. Narrow plush. We still don't, we like Black Clover has a mascot. Like the Narrow's bird form could have already been a plush, a t-shirt, all of that. Like they just dropping the ball like super hard for no reason too. Even the actual robes, like they only have the Black Bulls robe, and it's like $100. Like that's way too much. I'm telling you, bro. They just be there's like the people in charge of merching Black Clover. It's like their job is how can we make this show sell worse, or how can we make the manga sales worse? That's what it feels like. One Punch Man chapters are insane long. That makes you feel like you're there. It's hard to check it out. Oh. I mean, you get One Punch Man's cool, but like you know, like the pages are they're like 20, 25 pages or something super crazy. Cause there are some mangaka that go like crazy long chapters. I'm about to lose. I can feel it. A figure of Zoro when he countered language would be fire. I'm saying like an actual like a proper figure. They could really do it. They're just not. Need that narrow plush for sure. I really dislike the Naruto slash Black Clover comparison due to them being forced after the initial comparisons that can be made. I know it's so annoying, and it just sucks because like the fact that the marketing team led with that is gonna it just put it in people's heads immediately. Like it's like of course people are gonna think that now. Like of course they're gonna think that now. Uh, do you think Tabata knows how big Black Clover is in the West? I don't know because like it's hard for us in the West to show our support because apparently like at some point in writing Naruto, Kishimoto didn't even know Naruto was popular in the West. He didn't even find out till he got fan mail, like actual letters addressed to him. And it's like unless the person has a Twitter account, there's really no way to know because like they're not super tuned into their fan base because manga schedules are really busy when you think about it. Like they literally have to produce a chapter every week, if not every other week, which is like they have to manage their story, drafting, storyboarding, actually drawing it out, coloring it, running it by the editors, redrawing it again if there's something they have to take out, as well as living with their families. It's a very like busy schedule and overseeing animation, overseeing different ideas for potential games and future projects. It's a lot to deal with, so they probably don't really have time to check and see how well something is, like how well something is being praised over on like another country. I see you didn't get my meme. What meme did you send a meme? Did I miss it? Yeah, the merch should be better. That's why we need Vice Captain Volto's merch. I'm saying though, bro, that's like the worst theory ever. Like Josuke has a lot of bad takes, but that's easily the worst take he's ever had. A mini pop culture statue company got the license for BC, but they haven't made anything yet. Come on now. Like I wish they made like actual pop figures for Black Clover. That would be super hype. Cause I actually collect those little pop figures. So I'd be pretty happy if they made ones for BC. That'd be dope. How well do you think Black Clover would have performed if it was a monthly series? Oh gosh, if Black Clover was monthly, cause like monthly series almost never really pan out. Like I think it kills the like popularity. Like I think it's good for the mangaka because they get to like do the story at their own pace and go really like not saying like to go slow or anything, but it gives them lots of time, kinda. But no, I think it would have done worse because I don't know of too many monthly series that didn't start off weekly that weren't widely popular that still do well. Um, yeah, he knows, but his problem is he don't do feedback. But according to manga sales, he tells them where it goes. Oh, you're talking about that other thing? Okay, I know Josuke got mad at me the last time I was trying to call out J Cloud. What do you mean? Monthly series aren't that popular? Facts, bro. They really aren't. Was Asta the child AC year saved? I highly doubt it, just um, because Asta and Noel are the same age. They're both 15. So like that can only be possible if and Asta's birthday is in October and Noelle was born in November. So it's like Aesir would have been like 8 or 9 months pregnant with Noelle saving Asta. So that's why it just doesn't make any sense. Because Asta would have had to have been alive for her to save her. So I don't think it was Asta. Me and a lot of other people think it was Nozel personally, but that's like my thing on that one. Yeah, Boruto's monthly. It doesn't even go all that great. JoJo Bizarre Adventure is monthly and it's always popping. Bro, that's JoJo's. JoJo's is literally in a different category. Like, you have anime and manga, and then you have JoJo's. Like, it's just separate. Like, the JoJo's fandom follows their own rules. And JoJo's is really effing good, too, so that also helps. Anyone thinks it's weird Xenon's birthday is Christmas in the West? Is it really? It's the 28th of December. Christmas is the 25th. You are confusing me. We need a proper Henry backstory. I mean, we basically got Henry's backstory though. Like unless you mean like how he got cursed. I would like to know more about that. like what's going on with like Henry's curse and that kind of stuff. Oh, around Christmas. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I see what you mean now. I guess not. No, I don't think it's weird that it's around Christmas. I feel like most of the birthdays would be like mad random, unless they're like supposed to mean something. Kind of like lots of mangakas make it to where their characters' birthdays are like when they first created that character. Like Naruto and Sasuke, for example. Like Kishimoto made it like the day he created Naruto or the day he created Sasuke is their birthday. Same thing for Oda, I want to say. But with Black Clover, Tabata definitely I want to say he changed his birthdays for sure. Cause like it's there's no way that all of the Vermilions were conveniently born like when the Leo sign is. Like he definitely did that on purpose. Unless he did just literally get the idea in the middle of like in the middle of like July or like August and like yeah, I got this Fire Lion squad. It's all gonna have fire powers and all be based on lions. Like it seems a little too perfect to me. I think he did that on purpose. Mm. The anime should be seasonal. Period. Can't handle continuous airing. Like if it was seasonal, if it was taken up by like Madhouse or something, that would be hype. But I would just be sad because I kind of like the whole weekly Black Clover thing because it's always there. Like I like long running anime more than seasonal anime just because they're just like I said always around. I wish it could go back how it used to be. Like I don't know if you guys remember One Piece, but like weekly One Piece like way back when was pretty good. Like not none of this new world stuff, but like way back forever ago. Mm, Madhouse Doodoo now get David Productions on that. Madhouse Doodoo. Have you seen Ace No Diamond? Ace No Diamond is Doodoo. Ace No Diamond is bad animation. Come on now. It's a baseball anime if you don't know. Ace No Diamond is hype, and Madhouse does that. So looking up a theory since the tree of Killfort as astrological symbols for each sphere. How good of a hero do you think Asta would be if he was in the My Hero Academia? I think he'd be a great hero. Because Asta just likes to save people. The only problem is he probably wouldn't have a quirk, so he'd just have to be like normal. That'd be the only issue. Like if they gave him a quirk, he'd probably be like really good because he has the right mindset for it. Him and Deku would get along a lot actually. Uh, I was thinking more of how they dealt with Overlord. I haven't seen that anime before. That was one of those isekai ones, right? It's wild how Tabata planned with a charming backstory but gives us an episode on her. Next arc might be based around her. I know she has two magic types and no one in the story even talks about it. Asta be a better hero than Deku? Mm, like they have the same values for the most part. Like they both want to save everybody that they can save. But at the same time, I guess I would argue that Asta wants to eliminate class separatism. But that doesn't exist in the My Hero world. So it's like I'm not gonna knock Deku for not wanting something that isn't a issue in his world or in his verse. So I don't know. What do I want to do? This one. I kind of want to be Sanji. オーダー受けたまわりました。Deku's too reckless. He rushes in. He does rush in and get messed up a lot. Like he doesn't. It's weird because he a lot of times he's praised as like a smart character, but he really does do lots of dumb stuff. Like he does a lot of really dumb things, which is odd considering he's supposed to be like a smart character, like one of those more strategical type ones. Is it bad that I think Seki is a trash comedic relief character? Like, like Seki was funny in the beginning, but like we haven't seen him in a long time. Like Seki back when when say like when Julius had got robbed when he was pretending to be in like a old lady, and the thing with like Seki rushes off to help too, but he gets like stabbed in his foot with like a magic knife or whatever, and he's all like, "Oh, I'm dead now." Like that stuff was funny. Like Seki in the beginning was pretty funny to me, but it's like he was gone from the story for so long, because it was like I said, it turned into the freaking Asta Yami Noel shows. So it's just like his comedy just like was gone for so long that when he finally came back with Augustus, I was just like, oh, why is this guy here? uh, how do you think the Diamond Kingdom is gonna play it? I need Mariella and Fauna back. I know. I wish they were back in the story so bad. They're so interesting. Especially Mariella, because she reminds me a lot of Magna. Like only in terms of I think she does not have a lot of magic herself, which is why she uses her magic knives. Like I don't think she has like tons of spells or anything, or tons of magic to do spells. I mean, Asta as a hero with all of his current abilities, calling his swords that was on. Oh. Well, if he had that, he'd be a monster in that verse. Like he'd be really, really nice. He'd be really nice with like his key and stuff to like predict stuff. Oh yeah, he'd be an amazing hero. It's not that Seki is a trash comedic relief character. We just been spoiled by Buggy and God Usopp. Facts, like Buggy and Usopp are hilarious. Like they're just there are some really funny comic relief characters out there. I mean, we didn't really have a good one in Naruto though. And like Cone in Bleach was awful. Like Cone was a horrible comic relief character. Seki's way better than for that. Like yeah, no. Seki's I guess not that bad when I compare him to Cone. Cone's like least favorite comic relief character of all time, hands down for free. I hate how everyone hit on Asta. I hope for his new arc he smacks somebody back hard. What do you mean? Oh, like you mean like actually physically hurt him, or are you talking about girls? Sakura's the comedic relief. Oh, that's oh, that's so messed up. Um, Asta has Issa levels of Harem King. I'm saying, bro, he has all the girls for no reason. Imagine Seki popping off after the time skip. See, the funniest thing is like I don't even think Seki is that weak. Like, or potentially, I don't think Seki is even all that weak. It's like Seki has a lot of potential to be strong. Like, cause not a lot of magic can like attack and defend at the same time. So it's like Seki has potential. He's just a effing joke character. They always punch out. So, oh, you mean like that? You're mostly just talking about Noel and probably Nero. They're like the only people that ever really hit him. I mean, it's not like Asa's like he probably doesn't even care. He probably doesn't even hurt. Like you remember when Asa was like after he got his arms healed by the Witch Queen, his muscles were so strong that they were punching him and they were hurting like their own hands. Like I feel like Asa's just probably like way past the level where they can even hurt him all like that. Or if they do, it's probably like a Nami and Luffy thing where it's like it's strictly comedic. It's a lot of chat going. I think magic items need to come back and play a better role for them, for them like triad to get stronger. For no one, also no one. Yeah, like I think magic items would be a really good way to go. I mean, Asta probably doesn't need him just because like he has the whole devil thing going on, and like has a spirit, but potentially for Noelle it could be a thing to make her stronger. I'm telling you that Demon Slayer is not this out of this world story. It was the animation. Don't get me wrong, it's still okay, but yeah, exactly. I 100% agree with you. Like Demon Slayer, the story is just cool. It's just all right. Like it's just all right. It was the animation that took it to that crazy level. Cause like when before that episode 19 even came out, the manga was fairly far along, and I was current on it, and it was just all right. Like it was just like, oh, this is like cool. But then people start calling it the greatest thing ever, and I'm like, no, 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 no. Y'all need to step back a little bit. Mm-hmm. Sekirei is a great underrated character, but we know nothing about the House Swallowtail. Not even whether the House Swallowtail is a player. Um, she's like a lower ranking noble. Like that's what we got from her backstory. Like she's just like a lower noble. So like probably along the lines of like any random Golden Dawn member, just like kind of like Klaus's family, like Klaus Lunette. Like he is just like a lower noble house. Um, I think Asta will give his devil his right eye. The one that's usually red so he can read this growing. That would be wild. That would actually be wild. He might even have some crazy spells in there. Like he might actually be able to finally use anti-magic itself, similar to how other people have like basic creation magic where they can like just shoot their magic. Like Asta might actually finally be able to like shoot anti-magic. That'd be hype. Since both Yami and William are out of the picture, the power gap but in the triads is vast. Like what do you mean? Like how the dark triad is just way stronger than everybody else? Is that what you're talking about? Yami punch him all the time. Hopes he starts to try blocking him. Come on, that's Yami. Yami, like Asa's not gonna win a fist fight with Yami. Like Xenon has Void. I made the whole Bluno joke, but it's more powerful. Bluno was a beast. Like Bluno could have been so much more than what he was. But like if Xenon does have this like Void magic type, I would love to see more like more on it. Pretty much the gap in the magic power and the killer instinct on the scale of the triad. Oh, I kind of see what you're talking about. Do you think Asta will develop more into a sword fighter like Lich or Yami? See, like that, like I feel like that is like the. I feel like that's like the idea that a lot of us think, but I really, really do think he's gonna go more into like his like devil powers. Honestly, like I think he's gonna go more that route. Cause like it's just weird. Cause I feel like if Asta was gonna be a swordsman, I feel or more of a swordsman, I feel like they would have went more into it, but they just never have. Like they had like the perfect opportunity too with like Fanzel being in the story, or even with him and Yami, like because it's like implied that Asta trained in the Heart Kingdom. Maybe there's a swordsman in the Heart Kingdom, but I kind of doubt it though. Any real difference between regular anti-magic and 100% anti-magic? I mean, they both do the same things. I mean, yes and no. It's like, it's probably like, what's like a good example? It'd be like the difference between like shooting a little bit of a fire extinguisher on a fire versus like shooting the entire fire extinguisher on like every fire. It's just more of it. So like I mean, yeah, it does just like flat out negate magic, but it's like there was like a bunch of times in the past where like Asta's sword would touch something or come into contact with something that was like magic, and it wouldn't even like get rid of all of it. So I think now we shouldn't have that kind of issue at all with this thing. And then, like I said before, there might be more abilities to it. I don't think it just ends with it simply being more anti-magic. I really feel like there's more to it. I feel like there really just has to be, because it just being just like if it was just only just extra anti-magic, it would just feel so like lackluster to me. Please check out Monster 8 and Time Paradox Rider. You said those were those monthly series you were talking about before, right? Time Paradox is new to Shonen Jump. Is it? Do you think Asa will allow his devil to control his body for a period of time in the future? Like, I haven't read Jujutsu Kaisen, so I don't know anything about like Yuji or Sakuna, whatever her name is. But I really do think he will, just because like he was like willing to try to save Yami. It just he wasn't able to. So I do think he would let it happen, which is shocking because in the Witch's Forest he was like so against it. This is crazy that he like would just allow it to even happen. Came out a little bit before Arasaki Triangle. I'm just not hip to it. That's the one thing I hate about whenever they put Sanji in like any game. He just can't properly fight female characters. It's like I love the attention to detail, but at the same time it's just so annoying. Cause then they just put like female characters in the maps, and it's just like you can't even fight them. Is it just me or the relationship between Asta and the AMD have some similarities between Ling and Greed from... Oh, it does kind of seem very similar to that. Where like Greed is just an overly selfish guy and like just wants to look out for himself, and like Ling is the nice guy, but Greed isn't necessarily a bad dude, and that's kind of like one of the things that we like learn from is like he wasn't a bad dude per se. Like he's just looking out for himself. I'll be okay with that, honestly. I think it'd be really interesting if he just like if like the anti-magic devil just turns out to not be that bad of like a guy. When the Black Clover movie. I know. I think a movie would be so good. I wonder like if they were to do a movie, like what would be like the like topic of it. I feel like most of the time when they do anime movies, they always do like something like completely random, like something like totally related to everything in the story. They really could have made the whole Quartet Night story a movie. But at this point though, like I wouldn't want it to be a movie just cuz like I'm already pretty familiar with it. Like I haven't read the manga for it or anything cuz they do have like a whole separate manga for it, but I haven't checked that out or anything. So I don't know if I would really want that per se. I would like to see them do something though. Unless it I doubt Period even has a stat to yeah, I wouldn't want Period to do it either. Like just seeing how that, but it's weird though because when they have the one dude Yoshihara manning it, everything turns out so nice and so crisp every time. Like when they have Yoshihara doing it, it turns out so good. Oh, some big comments. Let me see. Let me read these. Dang, I've been streaming for over 3 hours. That is crazy. I've never streamed for this long before. I like lost track of time. I'm gonna read these though. What was the triad question? I might have missed it. With Asta's new devil arm, William being taken, and half the Golden Dawn being killed, do you think Hyros will allow Asta to enter the Clover Kingdom after this arc? See, I was thinking about that when his arm was looking how it did. He might do the stereotypical anime thing where they just have it wrapped up in bandages. Um, One interesting tidbit, one of Tabata's favorite characters was Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Yu Yu Hakusho, but Hiei had like the Dragon of Darkness flame, and it had his arm like seriously messed up. He would like have like pains and all that through it. But basically, what I'm getting at is Hiei for the most part kept that arm wrapped up and like sealed when he wasn't using it. So I think Tabata might do something similar considering how much he likes Hiei. There was a color page not that long ago where every mangaka got to draw their main character with another character, and I want to say Tabata was the only person to draw his main character Asta with a villain being Hiei, or not really a villain, but draw him not with another main character. Um, but I think if they see it, they won't let him in there. But I really think he's gonna bandage it up. It's about this guy who cleans up the dead monster parts, and he wanted to join people who kill them. Yeah, I think you guys are talking about that other show. Do you feel the triad magic being bone, blood, and flesh? The triad could create bodies to. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Body, bone, and flesh. They could literally create a super like body to host something. That would be crazy. Like whoever like the main demon is, or even for their own, they could create bodies with all three of them together. Let me scroll back up, John, for your triad question. Let me see if I can find it. Do you feel the triad? Oh, I just could create bodies. Oh, we were kind of just talking about that actually. It's the funniest part. Do I feel the triads, magic, being, bone, blood, flesh could create bodies? Yeah, literally what I was just talking about just now. That just sounds crazy to me. Like I never even put that together. If I talk about that in a video, I'll definitely credit you for that one because that's they literally could like they have all the components to create like an actual bodies. Oh, maybe they could kidnap Rades and use mental souls. Oh gosh, I'm surprised Rades isn't on their radar to steal. But I guess they don't need souls per se. They just need the door opened, and he probably just can't even open it. Rades is so powerful. I really hope he plays a major role like in the future. Cause like a character that strong, that can literally summon enough bodies to like invade a kingdom, just seems crazy to me. Like he has so much mana, it makes no sense. So they need Arcane Dark Mage, right? Not Arcane. See, like, it's the thing though. Like, we don't know exactly what they need from him, cause like he might just need the attribute in general, not necessarily. Cause Raya can only, I want to say Raya only copies spells. Like, it's not like Raya could just like shoot generic dark magic or shoot generic world tree magic or anything like that. I want to say Raya can only use the magic he copied in the form of spells. I could be wrong though. I could be 100% wrong, but that's what I think it is. I also think they might not know about the elves either. Which I really don't think they did. Like, I don't think they knew about the elves at all. I really hope they address that in the future at some point, like if the elves were a secret or not. You have a point with Asta covering his arms like Hiei, but I also could see folks on Trade comparing him to Naruto and oh my gosh, that would get on my nerves so much if they compared Asta's bandaged arm to Naruto, because it's so different. Like, because Asta's arm, I mean, because Naruto's arm is just artificial, and it would literally be because Tabata likes Hiei. That would be the reason. It would have nothing to do with Naruto, but those freaking Narutards would just make it about Naruto. I'll be so irritated. That would be another video. I promise you. If they do that, if Tabata if Asta covers his arm with bandages, and Naruto fans start complaining about it, mark my words, that will be a video. Like, I'll even post this exact clip as a reference for it. Like. You want a future sequel about the kids of the cast? It's just weird. It's not that I want a future sequel with kids of the cast. I kind of want to see that next generation of like Magic Knights, like the one with the kids at the orphanage, like Nash and that other red-haired kid. I don't know if that's a boy or a girl. Um, and then like Marie and Marco from the church. I would like to see their generation per se. But then I guess if you see kids of the cast, then Marco, Nash, and Marie and all of them would just be higher ups. They could potentially be like captains and stuff along those lines. So I guess maybe I wouldn't be opposed to it, to be honest with you, as long as they don't go like a Boruto route and make like Asta's kid really annoying. But at the same time, it might be weird because then like I feel like they would give Asta's kid magic, and then like Asta having magic, like Asta not having magic is what makes the show so like unique. So if Asta has a kid and he has magic, it's just like it almost like it would take away from what made the show special. Which is kind of what Boruto's issue is when you think about it. Like Boruto's one of Boruto's main issues, in my opinion, is like the one of the allures of Naruto was the fact that Naruto was an underdog. He was a nobody. He wasn't talented, or at least initially he wasn't. So like, but Boruto is like Boruto's talented. Boruto's smart. He's gifted. So it's like there's a lot of tension that just isn't there when your main character is a prodigy. Especially on the level of Boruto, your main character is a prodigy and your dad's like the freaking child of prophecy. I would personally like Asta's kid to be like a side character or rival. So who would you want the main character to be? Would it be Yuno's kid? I'm assuming Asta and Noel. Like I'm assuming you're saying Asta and Noel would have a kid. So like who would the main character be? Would it be Yami? Would old Yami be the main character? I mean Yami's kind of always been the main character, so it's probably not. I just want read Chainsaw Man. You sound like Rax, the hero. He's always telling me to read Chainsaw Man. IDK, some IDK, some do, but I would prefer the former Arcs MC kid to not be the MC again. That would be interesting. I don't think I've seen that done before in a sequel, where like it's just some other person. like I think it would be interesting, but I don't know how you could like capture the audiences. Like as far as the masses go, like of course like hardcore fans will read it like anyway or watch it anyway, but like the main fans or the main like core, what am I trying to say? Not the main core of the fans, but almost the audience that you're appealing to are the ones that watch it or like it for the main character. Like that's always going to be a huge group of a series. So trying to get them to like a show without having like direct ties to the main character may or may not be hard to do, or may or may not be may or may not be hard to do. The devil been allowing Asta to roam free because he wants a strong vessel, letting Asta train before coming more accustomed with the energy. So when it's time, Asta's body will be perfectly suited for him. See, like I would agree with this, but like when Asta first passed out, when he was fighting against Ladros, the anti-magic devil was trying to get him to just go unconscious and let him take his body. And Asta was so much weaker than he is now. So it's like I don't know what's different between now and then. That's my whole thing. Like almost imagine if Asta went berserk Asta against Ladros. Like if he went berserk back then, imagine how that would have been. Like that would have been so different if he went berserk then. Like Asta's passive anti-magic would have just negated. Like the Witch Queen would have actually had to fight him because he would have like Ladros would have died. Ladros would have literally died. The Witch Queen would have had to fight him, and she might even lose depending on how strong she is. There would have been casualties. There would have been way more casualties. Is what I'm getting at. Maybe like Charlotte and Yami's kid, or Fauna and Mars. That would be so nice. That would be nice. But if Yami and Charlotte have a kid, then Asta's kid would still be really young. Like that'd probably still be like Asta being Wizard King or Captain status at that point in time. We saw with the grid, their greatest ability is patience. Time is no issue. Yeah, that's true. They could just wait a super long time. Do you think the Dark Triad will want to open the portal to Underworld? Yes. Oh, do I want the Dark Triad to open the portal to Underworld? I kind of do. Just cause like I do enjoy it a lot when like the main villain achieves their goal and then the hero has to kind of like overcome the villain achieving their goal. Cause like it takes it to like it gives the villain depth because they achieved what they want, so you get to see how they react to that and like how they grow from achieving their goal. Like you get more characterization on the villain's part as well as even more characterization on the main cast because they failed and they have to get grow from that. So I do kind of want them to open the portal for those reasons at least. Do you think Tabata is leaving the other squads, Veto, Fauna, Raya, and Partry, for when the Triad opens the portal to the other world? I would hope not, just because like when you save the other squads and all these major players so long, it's like, and then they just appear in the story, just all at the same time. Everyone stage zero or like Arcane. It's just kind of, to me, like I like to see development and growth, and it's like the last time I seen Fauna and Veto, they were like Mara Leona and Jack level, and now I see them, they're like Arcane stage tier zero smacking devils. I'd be like, what even happened? I don't know. I kind of like if I could see them intermittently until then, I'd be okay with that. Or like a flashback or something. I don't know. Do I think Yami will make it into the end of the series? Definitely. Just only because Yami appears to be Tabata's like favorite character. Like I swear, Yami is Tabata's favorite effing character. Like if you really think about it, like Yami getting punched in the side by Dante is really like the only major damage Yami has ever taken. Like the only other damage besides that he took was when he like used his sword to like smack Charlotte out of the way before the that other worldly magic touched her, and even then he got healed immediately. So it's like Yami never really gets hurt. So I don't think he's gonna die. Let me ask you this, Quan. Do you think having a flashback to the demon invasion is needed, like what Laurel hinted 1,200 years ago? No. I don't think we need to go that far back. I don't think we need a flashback of what happened 1,200 years ago. Like, I mean, Magi was able to successfully pull off that kind of flashback, but they had already had talks of, like, Solomon and the people, like, way back then. Black Clover, for the most part, doesn't really have anything past 500 years ago, so, like, I don't know. I don't think it would be that great. So Grid did some Eisen level planning. See, they make you think it was Eisen level, but Eisen level is reserved for Eisen. Like Eisen, literally like planned Ichigo's birth. Like that's just. But then again, you could say Zagrid kind of planned Partry's path and his reincarnation. Ah, you know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Maybe he did have Aizen level planning. Aizen's ability just probably worked out better with it. Whereas Magna and Zoro at? I don't know. They missed all of it. They missed like everything. Aizen Shikai was most of his planning. Swear he don't. I mean, with an ability like that, you really don't even need to plan out like that. But guys, it's like it's past midnight. I did not intend to stream this long. I promise you, I did not. I did not intend to stream this long. Um, Let me see. Wizard King job is boring. I hope Austin you don't realize and create something better. I kind of agree with that. When Asta becomes captain, would you truly rather him think and make a new squad or take over the Black Bulls? I kind of would like him to take over the Black Bulls and change it, like how Real took over the Gray Deer and made it Azure Deer. Maybe take over a squad and change it, because apparently when you take over a squad, you're allowed to change the name. So I would be cool with that. Do I feel like after I get done with this next round of questions, I'm going to wrap the stream up. By the way, do you feel Zora can be stage 0? It's like they make it seem like anybody can be stage 0. So like on paper, yes, I think he can become stage 0. Do I think he'll be stage 0 by like the end of the series or in this arc? No, I don't really think so. Just because a lot of Zora's power comes from like his traps and his arrays and things of that nature. So like maybe like if there's a way to separate like actual tier 0 from like your fighting ability and like combat and all that, like I think in terms of mindset he's definitely stage 0, but I don't think his magic will get there. Oh, get rest, my dude. Have a good day at work. Thanks, bro. I definitely will. Do you think Yami will take the Bulls or just Asa to his country, have an entire arc outside the continent? I think if it gets to the point where we go to other continents, then yes. I do think that we'll eventually go over there. For sure. At Quan, I overdid it. Bro, I did. Y'all just kept asking questions. I kept answering them, and it just, like, it kept going. uh... Kara, we were still alive. The live is ending. The live is definitely ending. Imagine Zora being able to rapidly counter and do like a ×10 attack, or even imagine Zora being able to like bounce a reflecting trap off of another one of his reflecting traps and then shoot it back out there. Check out Monster 8 or I will find you. I definitely don't want you to find me, so I will check it out for sure. But yes, that is the live stream. Definitely thank all you guys for stopping in and hanging out with me for so long, especially people that have been here forever, like since I started way back. I know I was late, but you know, we still made it out here. I'm really debating adding like a Wednesday live to the schedule. I might do every other week just because I don't know if I can handle that every week. But if I can do every week, I will. If not, every other week, like Wednesday around like 7 or like 8. I definitely wouldn't expect them to run till midnight typically, but you never know. If we're having a good time, we're just chilling, then I'll let them run as long as I really feel like it. So, again, thank you guys. I'll catch you guys next time. Oh, I got a video coming out tomorrow for the Magical Attribute Index, so definitely check that out. But yeah, I'm out of here for sure.